and personal relations have resulted in a gambling policy diametrically opposed to research, public opinion and the public interest. Do you agree this constitutes corruption? Do you understand how the donations, etc., have compromised your government?
Apartment blocks on top of shopping centres could be the fast-tracked answer to the state's housing crisis. Master Builders has identified 13 centres, including TTP and Marion, which could be used, citing infrastructure which is already in place. The Property Council's Bruce Gitte says it could be a new way to add 22,000 new homes to the market.
Removing the restrictions on heights, allowing apartments above shopping centres is a quick-fire way. I don't say you build it tomorrow, because it does take 2 or 3 years to build a large apartment complex, but it's a lot quicker than the alternative.
And the New Zealand Prime Minister has survived a party meeting to decide his future. Christopher Luxon's fate hung in the balance as his National Party met to decide whether he should stay on as leader with less than 3 months until a general election. He's been in the job since 2023. Turning to FIVEAA Sport.
Whether your block's the size of Adelaide Oval or the Gold Square, customise your build with Sterling Homes.
Crows veteran Taylor Walker has flown to Perth with his team, but there's no guarantee he'll play against Fremantle on Friday night. The 36-year-old was meant to be rested this week. The Crows have taken a squad of 26 with Lockie McAndrew, James Borlase, Luke Nankervis and Jake Saligo all travelling after missing last week. Meantime, Port train at Alberton tonight ahead of Saturday night's game against Melbourne at home. It'll be Aliir's 200th AFL game.
Like any other player, you dream of playing one game, but to be able to get to 200, a special moment, and can't wait to be able to share with my family that are coming over here and teammates.
And cricket selectors have picked Josh Hazlewood ahead of Scott Boland for Australia's first test against Bangladesh in Darwin. Now checking FIVEAA traffic.
Nurse Next Door Home Care Services. From companionship to 24/7 nursing. nursenextdoor.com.au.
Afternoon, got a few showers rolling through our fine city today. Take it easy, especially through the hills with damp conditions. Crash at Parkside, Green Hill Road near Jaffrey Street, Mawson Lakes. A smash on the Salisbury Hoe near Elder Smith Road. Still got big delays through there. And we're slow going for works at Kilkenny, David Terrace near Kilkenny Road. Camera over the Savo, Trimmer Parade at Seaton. Tote tax yourself, switch to H&R Block and be amazed by their maximum refund guarantee. Book or start online today at hrblock.com.au. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on FIVEAA.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
To the weather, showers and 15, a shower or two tomorrow, 16, cloudy on Friday, 17 and partly cloudy Saturday, 17. At the moment, 13. Now let's see what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglas. Tonight, a big boost in EV sales leads to more local jobs. The new opportunities up for grabs. Adelaide Thrill Seekers, we have your first look at the new rides at the Royal Show. And we've travelled with the Crows to Perth, where Tex Walker looks set to play in Friday night's season-defining game against the Dockers. 9 News, your news, nightly at 6 on 9 and on 9 Now.
Setting the agenda for South Australia. This is FIVEAA, always Adelaide. Adelaide's only local sports show, the FIVEAA Sports Show.
Coming up, Jace Burgoyne as the Power celebrate 200 games for Aliir. Jimmy Bartell with his thoughts on Friday night footy between the Crows and Freo, plus Craig Lowndes with the supercars coming to town. And where are they now with Matthew Liptank?
Rowey and Timmy G. The FIVEAA Sports Show.
Yeah, thank you, Sam. Crows have Freo in Perth Friday. Their planes just touched down. The first test versus Bangladesh is tomorrow. Looking forward to that, just quietly. Port will sift through that biscuit barrel for some more Monte Carlos. And how's this? Because it's Geelong, Watergate will just waver out into the abyss. Timmy, welcome.
Hello, Stephen. Welcome to Wednesday. Yeah, I know. I could see you had a spring in your step as you came out the lift, which was good. Good to see.
It's a better day.
Well done, mate.
A bit gloomy out there. Look, very, very wet and slippery and not much visibility up in the Adelaide Hills. Low cloud.
But the sun has just sort of poked its head through, so that's nice. But did you get through your census all right?
Yes.
Oh, I suppose Jodie did it.
Oh, dear.
You hope she did.
So you're assuming.
No, well...
It sounds like an assumption.
I don't know about this.
Well, no, I have a very reliable wife,
Yeah.
And she knows. Do you have vagina jobs and testy jobs?
Hang on, no. Boys' jobs and girls' jobs?
Yeah, sorry.
Is that what you'd like to say?
Yeah. Sorry. We call them. Sorry, Timmy. We have boys' jobs and girls' jobs.
Yeah, well, that's a bit sexist.
So that one comes under...
A bit sexist.
No, it's not. Jody made the rule.
Oh, she made the rule.
Oh, hell yeah.
Come on, Jode.
She lives by them.
Right.
There are joint jobs, and with us, when you have boys' jobs and girls' jobs, there's a lot of joint jobs. So looking after the grandkids, changing nappies, bathing them, feeding them, they're joint jobs. Okay. They're joint jobs. But
so
there are things
where
like
are the other jobs
census,
that slip out?
There are things like census, that's a girl's job.
Really?
Well, she runs the house. I don't. I don't know the answers to all of them.
Yeah, well, it's not really... The questions weren't really about the house. I ripped through it myself.
Yeah. Oh, Jody couldn't believe some of them. Are you a boy, a girl, an it, a they, a them? What you...
Oh, you just answer what you are. So you don't have to worry about those answers.
Yeah, but she said they've got all these different categories.
You don't have to worry about it. You just point to the one that you are. That's all you have to worry about.
Anyway, it was a girl job. She did it, and that's all that matters. I'll give you a couple of boy jobs. Fishing.
You said to me yesterday, you didn't even know where you had the census
No,
letter.
I didn't. I had no. Well, it's not my job. Timmy, I've got other things to worry about.
Good work. All right, on with this job.
Paying the bills is one of mine.
On with the job. This is it.
Okay. Crows on their flight to Perth to take on FIVEAA under lights Friday night. An early sider to selection. Saligo on the flight, Foggy on the flight, McAndrew, Ball Ace, Nankervis. Also, probably emergencies, Toby Murray and Chase Jones. We know Archie Ludovic wasn't on the flight. Riley O'Brien wasn't on the flight.
26?
Oscar Ryan.
26 was
26 squad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nor Alex Neil-Bullen for personal reasons. He is...
Just had a child, is that
He's
right?
having one.
It's coming.
They're waiting their pending birth.
See, and that's a joint job. I mean, she's got to do all the work, but he's got to be there. That's a joint job.
Right, okay.
It's more skewed towards a girl.
Yeah, well, they do a fair bit of it, yeah.
Giving birth. I mean, it's bloody hard for us. Patting Jodie's forehead for all three of them was hard. It's a massive forehead.
This is a good start at all. This is not a
I'm
good
glad
start.
Jodie doesn't listen.
Have you seen my wife's forehead?
No.
Freaking massive.
You're treading a fine line today.
Do you remember the VB ad where they did a VB ad for beer where blokes who were batting out of their crease were marching down the road with a beautiful girl on their side?
Mm-hmm.
That's
you.
me.
You should have been in that ad.
Oh, no. Mate, I shouldn't throw stones.
Meanwhile, we're putting her forehead.
It's been 35 long years of marriage, mate. So you don't reckon she's got a big forehead?
Oh. No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
Very attractive wife you've got.
She's
you
beautiful.
Should be very happy.
Oh, mate. Betty out of my crease. whatever. Anyway, Timmy, what are you doing to me? I'm trying to do a sports show. So Archie Ludowic's out, Riley O'Brien's out, Oscar Ryan's out, Alex Neil-Bullen's out for personal reasons, as we said. Here is coach Matty Nix.
He speaks on the strengths of FIVEAA.
They don't make too many mistakes. They're really strong shape on the ground. That's why they're the tough teams. That's why they sit up the top of the ladder, and you'll probably find them sitting right up the top of the scores against ladder as well. It's not necessarily all about what we're doing. Yeah, if we go into this game, we'd love to keep Fremantle to a low score. Easier said than done. We know that goes a long way to us winning the game of football.
Now, Texas on the kite. You're not going to fly all the way to Perth and not play. But I just had some text through that he's going to be managed.
You wouldn't take him then.
No. Well, that's what I'm saying. So if he's on the kite, he plays, surely.
What was the game he rested? What was the game he rested?
Sydney?
Sydney,
I reckon it was.
And you beat him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he didn't play.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Nah.
That's enough. He's got to play.
Ludowic's also not travelling, nor is Riley.
No,
so he has to play.
He's playing. No. So one of Saligo or Nankervis could miss out unless the threat rings true. This threat that Matty Nix said post-game versus Richmond.
There'll be some guys that are challenged out of this one.
There'll be some guys challenged out of this one. We know it was an ugly win. Our resident coach, we love his words, Scotty Camporelli, said this yesterday.
Keys, Curtin, Rochelle and Peatling.
Now, I don't think they're going to drop any one of those four. They were the four lowest ranked players on the field last week. It's Peatling or Saligo for me. Pick a winner.
Oh, you mean play one or the other?
Well, I don't think they can have both of them. Saligo was rested, managed. The coach just said, someone's going to have a, It's Peatling or Sligo, and I know who I'm picking.
I think that was more so about the comment that Campo made about they should have been on the rivet. And their pressure and everything wasn't up to the level. So he's saying that perhaps a few of them got a warning sign from the coach. Now, whether he acts on that in this game or not, we'll find out.
It's going to come down to Sligo, I think, or Peatling. 8223 0000. We'll get the team tomorrow 10 to 6. They play Freo over there. Cannot wait for Friday night. Oh, boy. Port have something to celebrate this week, and it is something truly to celebrate. Alia's 200th.
Pretty special. I haven't really had time to really think about it too much, and like any other player, you dream of playing one game, but to be able to get to 200, a special moment, and can't wait to be able to share it with my family that are coming over here and teammates.
He's been a terrific pickup.
Loveliest bloke. I've interviewed him a couple of times on the Oval and the like, and he's been friendliest, loveliest bloke. Look, when he came to us, you would say he was in and out of the Sydney side.
We interviewed John Longmire before you joined me, and I said, John, this bloke has some qualities that if you ever played him in a midfield, he could win a Brownlow.
Yeah. Didn't he ruck for him?
And he did.
He did a little bit,
He had a bloody good year with him.
Yeah.
And he blew a boogie bubble out his nose. He sounded like a horse.
Yeah.
Like he laughed.
Yeah.
The very next year was 2021. He got traded to Port Adelaide and was an All-Australian.
Yeah, but in defence, not a midfield.
But I said, he could. 2 times he was third in your club best and fairest, 136 games. He's been a terrific pickup, and he's still at the top of his game.
He's probably one of the best one-on-one contestants. Yeah, where I probably would just like him to choose where he kicks the ball. I reckon sometimes he tries to bite off something in the middle. That's not there.
I think he's a handballer now. What was it? Was the showdown 60? He had 100 marks.
Oh,
he had a game this year.
Yeah, no,
there was a game this year. He was clearly best on ground.
I think it was the one that we lost by a point.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, he was playing outstanding.
It was that
night.
One. It was that
probably
one.
A different result. He may have taken the medal.
That was the game. Sorry, it was. The Geelong waiver gate. It's not progressed today. Yesterday, the AFL appointed a King's Counsel to independently investigate, if you like, or rule on an outcome / sanction that ultimately the AFL Commission will need to preside upon. Now, if Craig Drummond is the AFL chair, how could he sit there and preside upon the findings of this King's Counsel?
He won't. They've already said he'll step aside from
But that's all right. So step aside means I think he needs to really step aside. So yesterday I asked Eddie Maguire, a friend of show, about whether he would step into the chair. Have a listen. So you didn't answer the question, Eddie. Would you do it, and have you been asked?
No. I have not been asked, and it's not appropriate at the moment.
Would you do it if asked?
No, don't keep asking me because I'm not going to answer it. It's not even a relevant question.
So he wouldn't answer it there, but on his Channel 9 show with James Hird, he had this to say.
Would you consider the AFL Commission if the things got shook up?
I'd said this last time. We had this for the last 2 years when Richard Goyder was leaving. If I love football, if I was offered to, if they thought that I had some skills to provide and help football, of course I'd give myself up every time.
Yeah, so that's a yes, isn't it?
He also said he was asked.
He was, yeah. So two things have to happen. Mr. Drummond has to either voluntarily step aside or get shoved, and then Eddie has to be asked and say yes. Now, the likelihood of those two, I think, is nil and Buckley's.
You reckon they're going to ride this through the storm?
Ms. Drummond ain't going nowhere.
Wow.
They're going to wait for the King's Counsel, the independent. He doesn't need to sit in it. That's good corporate governance, and he can't. It's called a conflict, Timmy. Do you know what a conflict is?
Is this investigation, though, or whatever you want to call it, is it like umpiring your own cricket game?
No, well, that's why they've got a King's Counsel.
Mm-hmm.
They went and got an independent bloke to rule on this one.
No, they won't rule. They'll just advise to the Commission. The Commission will still make the call.
They'll make a recommendation. Then the Commission's got a rubber stamp. But
that's right.
We all know the Commission makes decisions, but they can get whatever independence they want to investigate, and then they hand down their findings.
Still means the AFL have the last say.
Of course they do.
Yeah,
anyway,
this is
it's Geelong, mate. Timmy, does it have a bit of...
Yeah, it does.
Do you think they've all got big foreheads?
It's a little bit on the nose.
On those foreheads there's propellers?
I'm moving down to the nose.
Down the nose?
It smells a bit.
Great text here. Rowey, foreheads. I knew I was going bald when it took me longer to wash my face than clean my hair. That's a good. Who said that
I like
one?
that.
Good on you, Rob. Love your humour, mate. Australia play Bangladesh in Darwin. Starts tomorrow. Our keeper, and he was runner-up the Allen Border medal, was Alex Carey. He's just caught a number of fish up at Tiwi Island. We
did hear that.
That's my dream is to go up there. I've never been to the Tiwi Island. I fished all around it, but never the Tiwi.
Oh, right.
I need to club a dugong.
It sounded like...
You dump that as well. But that's what they do up there with dugongs. They eat them.
What we're going to do.
The fishing, as you heard from Jake Weatherald, it's a lot better there, he said.
Is. He did say it's
so you can bag out.
They got 60 barra.
Yeah,
Here's Kez.
Our preparation's been really good as well. It's, the sun's out. We're up in Brisbane for a week prior to heading up to Darwin, had some match simulation there. So, it doesn't feel like it's been, 8 months since our last test match. It feels like the boys are all in really good order and ready to play.
Had a good text just come through. Dugongs have big foreheads. They do too. Here's my 11, Timmy G.
I'm ready.
Weatherald head to open.
Yep.
Labuschagne at 3, Smith 4, Green, Webster, Carey, the keeper, Cummins, Stark, Hazelwood line. Sandley Boland, 12th man, has never let us down.
That's your 11 or that's the 11
That's my 11. That's mine.
Well, the 11 is out, and that is exactly the 11 you play with.
Well, I swear to God, I did not look at that.
Yep.
That was me.
That came out today. They have got that exact 11.
They have?
Yep.
Oh, Timmy, all due credit.
Yep.
No flies on you.
No.
All bloody due credit. Reds, talking about all due credit, took on Conan and Hanoi last night. They lost 2-0. I've
got concerns. They lost to South Melbourne in the Australia Cup. They've lost this now.
Conan and Hanoi is a pretty good team.
But no, this is home.
Yeah. No, we shouldn't have lost.
But what it says to me is, I think we're going to have to look at investing. We need a striker.
Have a listen.
We need it.
Yeah, we do.
Here's David Hanan, the goal scorer, looking to damage again. It's Hanan. Good chance. Coco! Kongan Hanoi erupted celebration, and they're on the brink of the elite.
Well, we dropped to the second tier, half the prize money. We now play amongst the plebs. But you're right, we need a striker. Going to be a long year if we can't put one in the back of the onion now.
That's right. It makes it
What's
very
the
difficult.
name of the game in soccer?
Well, I would have thought scoring.
You can't win unless you score.
Correct.
You can draw if you don't score, but you can't win unless you score.
No. Got to score.
So if ever there was a game you had to have a striker, it's this.
It is it. And we've lost one. That's young Jovanovic's gone off to the United States, so we need to reinvest.
Yeah, we do. Former 36 and now NBA star Josh Giddey is holding a basketball clinic this weekend, and it got us thinking in the sport room.
Yeah.
Can you remember your first encounter with a sports star? What is it? A clinic, a school, your local club where you were gobsmacked, you were starry-eyed, you went, what? See, I was brought up in a little country town.
You wouldn't have got a lot of exposure?
None. Zero. No one came to Agent.
Well, as you know,
it wasn't until I got in my Heath Lamar and went and played at Souths I got to meet my
the legends. Yeah. Well, I was I lived in a leafy suburb of Adelaide, Mansfield Park, as you know. Half, mate. It was leafy.
I like the description.
Came in a little bag, about so big. Anyway, so we used to
commonly called Gunja.
We were in the Woodville zone.
Yeah.
So Woodville players came out for a clinic, and my mate I played golf with, Tommy.
Yeah.
So we
the Craig Kelly look-alike.
Yeah, we're 11, and we're at that age where you play up a bit, and Lindsay Heaven, and great Lindsay Heaven, of course, for Woodville 200 gamer, the great Ralph Sewer, four decades of Ralphie. They came to take the clinic, and they're taking us into training and all that, and come into the break and they're talking, and me and Tommy are playing up, and I'll never forget it. Ralph just turned and looked at us and he said, "What's wrong with you two? You got shit for brains?"
Jeez.
Did that get through?
Somehow.
So you dumped two of mine and you let his get through.
Well, it's the punchline.
But you would.
It's the punchline. You can't do it without the punchline.
I could just see Ralph saying that,
and the pair of us just lost it laughing. And I don't think that was the result he wanted. The great Ralphie Sewer.
Can you remember a clinic meeting a star, Josh Giddey in town? Yours was Ralph Sewer. Give us your story. Love to hear him.
8223 00 is our number. We'll take him next.
Rowey and Timmy G.
The FIVEAA Sports Show. For years, Eddie Maguire has been Eddie everywhere.
This is what's driving people mad.
Now he's Eddie right here.
It's a simple game for simple people. Let's keep it simple.
Catch Eddie Maguire every Tuesday from 5 as he talks all things footy with Rowey and Timmy G. Experience the luxury of choice at Lexus of Adelaide. The NX and RX plug-in hybrid models in stock now. You can enjoy electric for short trips and hybrid for long ones.
When deciding on a gas fireplace for your home heating, you may think they all look the same. Well, at the gas shop, we're more than happy to
turn the lights down low. So you can see how different each one is. That's a beautiful thing. Heating, cooking, comfort. Turn on to the gas shop. 161 Unley Road, opposite Target.
Hi, I'm Bronte Manuel from Toop and Toop. Since 1985, we've been helping Adelaide Hills locals achieve exceptional property results. Now we're proud to again have a place to call home in the hills. Our new office at 50 Mount Barker Road, Stirling, means our trusted advice, strategic expertise and personalised service are now even closer to the Adelaide Hills community. Whether you're buying, selling or simply looking for property advice, we're here to help. Visit us at Mount Barker Road, Stirling, or learn more at toop.com.au.
OK, Mawson Lakes Volkswagen has a problem. They've ordered a few too many new Tiguans and Tayrons. Great planning? Debatable. Great news for you? Absolutely. Because when you purchase any current stock Tiguan or Tayron, you'll receive a 3-year car care plan, 3.99% finance, plus $500 worth of accessories. That's a lot of extra value. All because someone got a little enthusiastic with the order form. Finance to approved applicants. T's and C's apply. Mawson Lakes Volkswagen, just a short drive from the city.
Getting closer to retirement made me start paying attention to my super. When ads popped up offering a free super review, I clicked. Lucky I stopped there and checked. Turns out my industry super fund was doing exactly what I needed. Strong long-term returns, someone genuinely keeping an eye on it. Stop, check, keep your super in safe hands.
General advice only. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance. Consider the fund's PDS and whether the product is right for you.
General Tools is turning 70 and still proudly supporting Australian manufacturing and engineering. For heavy industry, they stock premium metal cutting bandsaws, plus a large range of bandsaw blades to suit. You'll also find soluble oil, metal cutting lubricants, quality measuring equipment, and the right tools for drilling, tapping, reaming, and countersinking. With expert service, competitive prices, and 70 years' experience, you can trust General Tools. In store at Cavan or online at generaltools.com.au.
To kickstart 2027, the legendary Jimmy Barnes is headlining the mighty Sounds by the River. Along with an all-star lineup of his great mates, John Stevens, Birds of Tokyo, Eskimo Joe, Baby Animals, and more. Manham Golf Club, Saturday, January 9. It's going to be huge. Get your tickets now from soundsbytheriver.com.au.
35 years of down-to-earth family service, backed by modern premises, means you can rely on Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G, the FIVEAA Sports Show.
It's 26 after 4. We're asking about the first time you met a sports star, maybe at a sporting clinic or a player signing, or they come to a school visit. 8223 0000. Josh Giddy's here on the weekend at Port Adelaide to do some visits and some school clinics, so maybe it'll be the first time for your child or something like that. 8223 0000 is our number. Nurse Next Door Home Care Services, from companionship to 24/7 nursing. Stay in your own home on your terms at nursenextdoor.com.au. Check your traffic.
A few passing showers and wet conditions, especially through the hills. Parkside, a crash, Green Hill Road near Jaffrey Street. Mawson Lakes, another collision getting cleared. The Salisbury Hoe near Elder Smith Road. And Kilkenny urgent works look up from the drive home, David Terrace near Kilkenny Road. Sluggish as we speak, Fullerton Road at the Britannia Roundabout, and quite busy Frome Road in the city. Cameras, Oaklands Road, Glengowrie, and Pym Street, Croydon Park. Power up Android at Telstra. Discover great deals on the latest Android phones and Australia's best mobile network. Visit Telstra today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Getting a lot of sporting people's names come through with big foreheads, because that was the topic of the day, Timmy.
No, it wasn't.
I live with Macca.
Yes.
And when I first brought Jody around, he would tilt his head forward and go, what forehead? Like he'd go like that. And then he'd go up to Jody and slap her right on the forehead.
No. Okay. You're in trouble, mate.
You are.
He would go, what forehead?
During the break.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. My wife is at home and she's
Angela?
managing 4 grandchildren.
God
We've got
bless
4
her.
grandchildren. And she's
2 sets of twins.
She would be flat out, right?
Yeah, flat out.
She's taken the time to grab hold of the phone, text and
I'm in
say,
trouble.
you tell Rowey, stop it, or else I'll tell him off for talking about Jody that way. Don't mess with the sisterhood, mate.
It'll get back. Hello, Annie.
Hello, boys. So I'm from a little country town called Peterborough in the mid-north.
Oh, yeah.
And our next-door neighbour town was Rowey. And one of the sporting stars that I got to meet at a basketball game, because he used to come over and play for a little town called Dawson's team, was Mick Redden.
Big Mick
Redden.
Redden. Oh, yeah. Great champion of the game.
Great man, great player, great fella.
Beautiful person.
Yeah.
Annie, beautifully said.
Spot
Thank
on,
you.
Annie.
Well
Great
done.
call.
That would have been great.
Love that.
Hello, Matt.
Hey, boys. How you going?
Good, Matt.
Yeah. 1966, Port Perry.
Yeah.
Salesian College, the cricket people there bought Garfield Sobers up and they had a cricket clinic at our school when I was about 14.
Wow. How good would that have been, Matt?
How good's that?
What a legend of the game, just recently passed too.
He did too. What year was that, Matt?
66.
Oh,
66,
God.
yeah.
60
He
years
came out and played. He came out and played for South Australia.
He did,
You remember,
he
right?
did.
Well,
Yeah,
everyone
yeah.
knows my Sir Garfield Sobers story. In 1980, I caddied for him, and I caddied the whole day for him. And my dad picked me up because I was lucky to be probably 16 or something.
Yeah.
And he said, son, you know who you caddied for? I said, I had no idea, but he said he drank a lot of whiskey and he could play left hand and right hand. He said, that's Sir Garfield Sobers. I said, who's that?
Yeah.
How
Legend.
bad's that?
That is bad. You missed out on actually
now I'm
idolising one of the
but
legends.
while I'm doing it, I didn't know.
Didn't have any idea.
Well,
Not
I knew his
aware.
name. They didn't call him Sir. It's just Gary, I think.
He
they
was
called him.
unaware.
Unaware. Hello,
Hey,
Eric.
our good friend Eric.
Good afternoon, boys. Look, I've got a lot of stories about a lot of stars, actually, because I've met a lot, but I don't want to carry on about a lot of those. So I've got a theory of who Adelaide's second ruckman should be, and I'll give you the reason for it.
Yes.
Nick Murray should become Adelaide's second ruckman and play him off the bench. The reason being, number one, he's a good defender. Number two, he's got a vertical leap that can jump over someone's head very easily. Number three, he can pinch it up forward. We should play him off the bench because one of the reasons where Adelaide goes wrong is that we often turn the ball over outside the forward 50. It's because the midfield are not working hard enough to get the ball deep to the forward 50 into the zone. You watch, when Adelaide go bad, we start turning the ball over at the half-forward flank. And that's because we're not getting that run through the lines to get that ball deeper to that Phil Thorpe who's spending far too much time in the ruck out of the forward line. He's got to be the beast up there all the time.
Yeah, okay. So who's the second ruckman?
Nick Murray.
Nick Murray.
Is that what he's saying?
That was the theory.
That was
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I don't mind that, Eric. But Toby Murray's on the plane. Nick ain't.
Yes.
Might be something to try next year because I don't know if that would be happening anytime now. 4:30 headlines coming up. Next, we're going to go to Where Are They Now? Matthew Liptak will join us on the show, so that'll be a good story to go through. And your calls as well. 8223 0000. Stay with us.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G.
This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, I'm Kendall Brettig. A man's died on a council work site at Charleston in the Adelaide Hills. One of 2 directors of an NDIS provider has pleaded guilty to reckless conduct over the death of disabled woman Annie Smith. 2 80s Holden Commodores have been stolen by masked men at Virginia. And the Crows have taken a squad of 26 over to Perth for Friday night's game against Fremantle. Now I'm checking 5AA traffic.
Nurse Next Door Home Care Services. From companionship to 24/7 nursing. nursenextdoor.com.au.
A few passing showers. Take it easy on wet roads on the way home, particularly through the hills. Crash Parkside getting cleaned up at the moment. Green Hill Road near Jaffrey Street. Residual delays from nearly crashed Mawson Lakes, the Salisbury Highway near Elder Smith Road, but still got delays at Kilkenny. All those urgent works, David Terrace near Kilkenny Road. Busy South Road, Edward Sound slow. Fullerton Road through Dulwich and Rose Park and a camera at Raglan Avenue. Avenue, Edwardstown. More power, less emissions. BYD Sea Line 7 Premium, $54,990 drive away with 3 on road, costs for a limited time. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
A shower or two tonight and tomorrow, a high of 17. At the moment, 14. More news at 5 o'clock on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Will Goodings with Stacey Lee. 5AA Breakfast.
This is the kind of thing that's going to make everyone who owns a dog go, I already knew this. But it's been now conclusively determined by science that dogs can understand human emotions.
They can read our facial expressions, because sometimes all it takes is a facial expression, get down.
Will Goodings with Stacey Lee.
Thank you to Simon, who's pointed out, did Stacey just channel her inner Barnaby?
Sit down.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
How far would you go for your dream kitchen? And how far would you go to not deal with organising all the trades? How about 15 minutes up the freeway to Balhanna Kitchens by Design? To the largest showroom in the Adelaide Hills. Custom build your dream with our award-winning designers. Plus, we can manage the installation and all sub-trades at a fixed price. Balhanna Kitchens by Design. It's not too far to go to make your dream a reality. balhannakitchens.com.au.
Did you know your intestines could be full of pinworms and threadworms right now and you might not even know it? The only sign may be a maddening itchy bottom at night. Introducing Caruso's Expel Worms. Caruso's Expel Worms is traditionally used in Western herbal medicine to help remove intestinal pinworms and threadworms. So if you're ready to say goodbye to intestinal pinworms, threadworms and the nighttime itch, try Caruso's Expel Worms today. Available from leading pharmacies and health stores.
Got a text just quickly, Timmy, please explain. Daisy Pearce has a 5 head. What does that mean? What does that mean?
No.
I think 4 + 1 is a 5.
Yeah.
Goodness me.
Oh,
You're
jeez.
a terrible person.
Timmy, it's a text.
Okay.
Timmy, the older you get, the more you realise buying or selling property is not just paperwork. It's your money, your timing, your family. It's your next big move.
Yeah, and that's fair to say. One missed detail can turn settlement day into a fair dinkum headache, and you don't want that. And then it becomes like a domino effect, and it can all go downhill pretty quickly from there.
That's right. That's why Hoodman Horner Conveyancing, they make sense. They explain the contract, the searches, the adjustments, all the legal bits in plain old English, so you know what's happening every step of the way.
How good's that? Hoodman Horner will also be dealing with the same conveyancer from start to finish. That is brilliant. Clear updates, no hidden fees.
Yeah, so whether you're selling the family home, downsizing, investing, or helping the kids buy, you're not left guessing when it matters most.
Now start with a simple online quote at hhconveyancing.com.au.
This is the sound of a piping hot shower. Perfect if you get caught in the other kind, the cold, rainy kind. So for instant, continuous warmth, add gas to your new build. Natural gas feels like home.
Life is busy, but looking after yourself has to come first. For women 40 and over, a breast screen SA mammogram is free, quick, and proven to detect breast cancer early. There's no referral needed, and appointments are available at a time and place that suits you. It's one of the simplest, most important steps you can take for your health and for the people who love you. Book your free mammogram today at breastscreen.sa.gov.au, an Australian GP network initiative.
Vehicle damaged? Remember 3 Ps. Pro Paint and Panel. They'll take care of everything, including insurance.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
It's 24 minutes to 5 on this Wednesday night. Still time for your calls for a $50 Colac voucher tonight. They have the amazing bootleg social with share plates and wood-fired pizzas and cocktails and waterfront views. Colac has something for everyone, so get involved. 822300000. Jimmy Bartell to join us at 5 o'clock tonight. Jace Burgoyne from Port Adelaide, and your chance to win 5AA locker room tickets still as well. But right now, all thanks to Walco, who are at the centre of SA's biggest cover-up with their incredibly good-looking Walco mesh pool cover. It's time for this.
The 5AA Sports Shows, Where Are They Now? Past legends, past glories.
Yeah, we love this time of the week. Where are they now? A man that burst on the scene in 1990 playing for the Glenelg Tigers as a young man, was in the 1990 grand final. He then was a part of the inaugural Adelaide Crows squad. And a little story in that one too, getting signed up extremely late. End up playing 116 games, winning a best and fairest at the Adelaide Crows as well. The Malcolm Blight medal in 1996. A teammate of yours, Rowey, we welcome Matthew Liptak.
G'day, Rory. G'day, Timmy. How are you guys?
Good to speak to you, mate. Now, we always get accused of not, finding out where they are right now. So we know that you've been an orthopaedic surgeon for quite a long time, but where are you right now? And who's the bloke called Boris that you're working with?
Timmy, where am I right now? Well, I'm currently in my car driving home from consulting most of the day.
All right, well, let's not go that deep. Where's your business, mate? What is it?
Okay, so I'm an orthopaedic surgeon, a knee surgeon, and commenced a new practice called the Adelaide Knee Clinic.
Awesome.
Which has just opened up after many years of being under the umbrella of Orthopaedics SA. But my new practice, Adelaide Knee Clinic, runs between two hospitals called the Eastwood Private Hospital, which for those listeners haven't heard, it's a brand new hospital in Adelaide on Green Hill Road. And between that and Flinders, I currently reside.
Unreal. Now, I'm reading about this Boris, which is a clinical decision support platform. Can you explain what Boris is?
Okay, so Boris is the introduction of a very quick and easy symptom management scoring system that patients, GPs, physios and surgeons can apply and see how bad patients' symptoms are, and the patients themselves can see and track how either their symptoms are scoring at this point in time, and or track over a period of treatment whether they're improving or not improving.
Yeah,
so it's
right.
a very, very easy 2-question, 60-second tracking system, which I believe is quite innovative both here and internationally.
Now, you can check it out, borisscore.com.au, and do exactly that and get that little start to it, because a lot of people don't know, when do I go? When do I actually commit and get the knee replaced and the like? So,
and Timmy, it's what it is. It's an education system, and being a guy that has gone through sport like both you blokes and your families, getting the best outcome is what I'm trying to suggest. And there's all ways to get to that outcome. And yes, I'm a surgeon, but it's not particularly just surgery that you will need, that you'll find the best avenue. And it will give you all those different options. It's not going to tell you what to do, but it will give you options.
Well, I've had a fair few friends go through you, mate, and they're all walking a lot better for it. Let me tell you that.
One of the best.
Let's go right back to the beginning, mate. That always surprised me that was like your first year of league footy, 1990. You burst on the scene, had an incredible season. Of course, that leads there. But I'm just wondering, where did you pop up from? Where was your juniors? Where'd you go to high school?
Yeah, Timmy, I'm glad that you brought that up, because that's where I bumped into you blokes on the field and bloody loved my time. I've got to say that. You guys were the opposition that I try to emulate, and I say that with all fondness. And I had another chat with another bloke called Tony Francis as well. Yeah. You two and Tony were the guys I was trying to emulate as I was coming through the juniors. So thanks for being there.
You did a lot better.
I don't know. I reckon you blokes really burst. You're saying burst. You gave me the confidence that little fellas could make a difference. I came from Sacred Heart, which has become a bit of a football.
The development squad, isn't it?
Yeah. So I was lucky enough. I went through that. I was one of the underages in my year. I was a smaller guy. I always felt that I had to break down barriers and train harder and work harder and get under the guard of most of the other guys that were starring. But I had an absolute desire that football was my number one, and that was from a junior. And I just continued to work my butt off until the time that Cornsey gave me an opportunity, and I really made the most of that opportunity.
Well, you certainly did, Doc. You're one of the hardest working, most dedicated players that I could think of. To think that you studied medicine through those early years, doing 60, 70 hours with that, then the training. My first memory of you, Lippy, wasn't when you were playing at Glenelg. We put together a squad, and correct me if I'm wrong with any part of my memory with this story, but I think you were overseas. I don't know whether you were on a study trip or you were just on a holiday, and we didn't see you till close to Christmas or just after Christmas, and we had the most gruelling pre-season, and Brownie was there, Tim, like us little blokes. We were as fit as we've ever been. God, Cornsey flogged us. This bloke jumps off a plane and wins the run. Now, tell me what part of that wasn't true, Lippy. No, but I guarantee you, that's what I'm saying. He would have been working on his fitness while he's there.
Rowey,
How untrue was that story?
Rowey, I don't reckon it was as long a time from the beginning to Christmas as you suggest. May have been a week in or a week or two. It was much shorter a trip. I actually cut my trip by a significant amount because whilst I was halfway between Munich and Barcelona, my father rang up and said, "You've made the squad, but you have to get home."
Wow.
And guess what? Of course I jumped at that opportunity. That was my dream. So I continued to train whilst I was there. I actually took a footy with me going overseas as a backpacker, which was a lot of fun. And, I certainly came home and I knew I was out of the 85 squad or whatever it was. I was number 85. I knew I had to work hard to get there.
And you did.
I even had doubts up until, 2 or 3 months into actually more than that. I was the last signed player, I believe, to come on board about round 9.
To think that you were studying medicine through that whole time, you had to work very hard at your craft. Your talents of crumbing,
front centre.
Oh my God, as good as I've seen, and that's smart. That's just working hard at your craft and being smarter. Can I quickly fast forward to 96? Was a credible year for you. 22, you won the best and fairest, Lippy. To think from where you started in 91 to win a best and fairest at an AFL club, that was under Robert Shaw, I'm pretty sure.
It was,
yeah.
And
tell us about that. Yeah.
Listen, there's lots of interesting stories I could tell you about that fact, but we had, as you know, Roy, that year was we had glittering of talent, and the amount of all Australians and best and fairest that played within that year, moving forward and looking at historically and then moving forward. There was a significant amount of players within that environment. I was lucky enough after a pretty mediocre first year with Shorey in 95 and having some ups and downs with him that for some reason over the pre-season he changed his tune with me and gave me the opportunity in the first game to run with Paul Kelly. And I had a good game and the year just blossomed after that. So, I think, once again, I think it's just preparation equaling the time of opportunity, allowing some sort of lucky moment to occur and then just grasping it. And I think that's what I did. I just prepared to enable, if I did get that reward of my opportunity, that I was always in the frame of mind and body and spirit to make the best of what I had.
You did. Played every game that year.
Yeah. And Lippy, that 1990 season, you exploded onto the scene. You played, obviously, with Glenelg. You get to a grand final. I mean, you've gone from sort of almost, junior level into a SANFL grand final, which was huge those days. What was it like for you running out that day in your first grand final?
So, Timmy, that was an interesting year. I was lucky enough to be picked in round 1. That was my first SANFL game.
Wow.
Cornsey picked me and I played half a game against West Torrens, and I remember that game distinctly because I kicked my first goal. The ball was travelling into the forward line, and Chris McDermott was on my left, and Romy Negro was on my right, and it just fell in my hand. And I've gone, wow, I've made it. And I kicked the goal, and I've gone, shit, I actually feel like I could do okay here.
Yeah.
We had Kimmy Hodgman in the team and a few other decent rovers. And the next week where we were playing Sturt Anzac Day, and Cornsey's gone, you're going to start in the middle. You're going to be first rover. I'm going, wow, this is a step up. I've got to make sure that I'm going okay. And I had a ripping day, 39-3, I think, maybe like that.
Wow.
And it just continued from there. And I may not have been the most talented, but once again, I played 8 or 9 games that were statistically proud perhaps my best 9 games ever.
Yeah.
And then dislocated my shoulder, and then didn't play another game until the grand final. And it wasn't.
Wow.
I wasn't a sure bet to make the grand final, but unfortunately, Clayton Lamb broke his leg the weekend before in the prelim. And I think Cornsey looked back upon it, and I'd gone through my rehab with my shoulder and did a hammy somewhere along the line. And one of your mates, Timmy, broke my ribs in the semi-final playing reserves. And despite all that, I was lucky enough to get picked and thoroughly just enjoyed the opportunity. The thing that I remember the most, other than us being up by so much, was Mark Williams, Choco Williams, at the beginning of the day. I don't know whether you recall it, Timmy, because you played Timmy grand finals, but it was a bleak day. It was blustery. It was cold. It was wet. And all I remember is Choco in my face. And, you know, he was at the end of his career.
Yes.
I felt I was at the beginning. He just kept on going, come on, Lippy, we're going to have the best day ever. You, me, let's go. And I've gone, wow. This guy, you know, a hero, a legend, is actually knowing my name, number one, and saying, let's have a crack.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a great spot.
He's a ripper. He's a one of a kind. There's no doubt about that. I wondered then, you go from that moment and experiencing something like that. The following year, you're going out to places like Victoria Park, Moorabbin, Windy Hill, Princess Park. I wouldn't say as welcoming.
Definitely not Vic Park.
Yeah, I did read somewhere about you, one of your games against North Melbourne getting spat on. I would have said Vic Park might be worse.
Well, North Melbourne was my first game, and yes, I did get spat on. No, Vic Park was definitely worse.
Oh, it is. Your hammies crawled you through 97 and 98, Lippy. I mean, you were definitely
good enough. Yep.
Good enough to be in those finals teams. That would have been bloody tough for you, Lippy.
Yeah, no, so it wasn't just hammies. I did Achilles, so I had 3 Achilles operations during that time. And so being a doctor now, we call blokes like myself tendinopathic, guys that get tendon problems regularly.
Okay.
Or unfortunately, and to be honest, guys, I think it may have been the sequelae of, I had to do a lot of work to stay up with blokes who were better than me, and I had to do that extra work on top, and maybe my body just came to the end. And yes, Rowey, bloody missing those grand finals was the hardest thing that I've ever had to go through. However, it's probably made me more resilient and likely to have done the extra things I've done on top.
Yeah, so that enlives your whole journey, Lippy. You say you've been lucky. You haven't. You make your own luck. You work hard. No one worked harder than you, and those things made you, and that's what you're saying, which is great to acknowledge that.
Lippy, I'm wondering, when you had to study and you've got to train, and was one a relief to the other? Was, going to footy a bit of a relief from study, and study a bit of a relief from footy?
Absolutely. At that time, it was, I was, and as we were training, as late afternoon or early into the evening, and I'd do my extra in the morning, but it did allow me to number one, study during the day and work during the day, or work during the night, or study the night. So yeah, they were both relieving, but I wouldn't have transitioned or done anything different. And in fact, I was so fortunate to have been given the ability by the footy clubs, Glenelg and Adelaide, as well as the medical fraternity, that sort of everyone hugged me and gave me that ability and privilege to do it.
Well, Lippy, it's an incredible story. Cornsey says it's one of the best stories of the start-up of the Crows, of any individual. Your journey with them, combining your studies to become, an orthopaedic surgeon, a revered one now. You're doing so well to win a best and fairest, then to play 100 AFL games. Only 5% of people get to do that. You're one of that 5%, an outstanding teammate, one of the best. Lippy, thanks for your time.
Bro, I've always loved running around the field with you and doing the extra training with you and Rocket. And Timmy, I've got to say, mate, you were one of my super motivators early on. So great to speak with you.
Thanks, Lippy. Really appreciate it. Matthew Liptak, our guest, and he's got Adelaide Knee Clinic now. And like I said, I know a lot of guys have had their knees done by him and just swear by
he's top of the tree.
Top of the tree. Also, he's got this little thing that Paul Rosonico got hold of. It's called a skate when you've just covering, and you can bend your knee with this skate. It's quite clever.
He's an inventor too.
Oh,
He's a thinker in residence.
Up here.
Smart man.
That's where speed is.
That's right. It's SA's biggest cover-up. Walco's mesh pool cover keeps leaves and debris out of your pool all year round, and because it is pulled super taut, it never sags. It looks fantastic. Ask Walco about their mesh pool cover. It's 8 minutes to 5. We will take a quick break and check your traffic. Nurse Next Door home care services, from companionship to 24/7 nursing. They have it all. Stay in your own home on your terms. nursenextdoor.com.au.
Afternoon, the odd shower rolling through the Savo, so damp roads in a few spots, particularly through the hills. Crash at Parkside getting clean up. Green Hill Road near Jaffrey Street. A prang at Morsa Lakes to look out for. Residual delay, so that's a good thing. Salisbury, Howe and Elder Smith Road. Quite busy at the moment. Fullerton Road driving home through Dulwich and Rose Park, and quite slow South Road through Thepperson and Mile End, just near the Thebby Theatre. Cameras Main North Road, Enfield, and got one right now, Ridley Grove at Ferryden Park. Saint Herself people navigate complex mental health for 40 years. If you or someone you care for needs free information, recovery support or community connection, visit sane.org today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Hey, it's Lauren here from Adelaide, and if you're like me and you love a good bargain from your local chemist, check out Star Discount Chemist. They're all about great value and helping your family stay healthy. Go in store or online for click and collect and delivery. Star Discount Chemist. How can we help?
Adelaide's local, trusted and truly connected talkback radio station. 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Hi, Matt Crouch here. Feeling the pinch at the petrol pump? With fuel prices on the rise, now's the perfect time to drive smarter with budget car and truck rental. Our growing fleet of hybrid vehicles helps you go further, using less fuel and with the comfort and reliability you expect. Whether it's a weekend away, a work trip, or you just need a car for a few days, Budget has hybrid options ready to go. Drive more, spend less on fuel. Budget car and truck rental. 13 27 27. That's 13 27 27.
You've worked hard, raised families, built a life. Now it's your time. At Living Choice Flagstaff Hill Retirement Village, wellness and comfort aren't extras. They're every day. Retirement is your time to focus on living well by taking advantage of the magnesium pool, staying active in the gym, or unwinding in the cinema with friends. Here, luxury living meets lasting well-being with beautiful move-in ready apartments waiting for you. Discover the retirement you deserve. Book your tour today at livingchoice.com.au.
At Roulette's Tavern, we have a soft spot for seniors. Every weekday, we offer a seniors lunch discount as our way of saying thank you for being such an important part of our community. Simply show us your seniors card and we'll take 10% off your food bill. You can book by calling 8258 5877 or go to our website and book online. Roulette's Tavern, next to Parafield Airport Liquor Store, Kings Road, Parafield.
Some of the most important work happens quietly. For more than 4 decades, Nature Foundation has been conserving and restoring South Australian landscapes, protecting native plants and wildlife so they survive long into the future. If this sounds worth protecting, it is. Find out how you can be part of the change at naturefoundation.org.au.
Get this, my Bank SA home loan package saves me over $750 a month in interest in year one.
Really?
Yeah, and I got a dedicated home loan specialist.
Oh, nice. How?
Just go to their website and book an appointment with a lender in minutes.
Book your dedicated Bank SA home loan specialist to learn how you could save at banksa.com.au. Credit criteria, terms, conditions, fees, charges and $395 annual package fee apply. Estimated savings in interest based on the Advantage package discount on a $400,000 package standard variable rate home loan.
For over 50 years, Gliderol has been manufacturing and installing garage doors for South Australian homes. Spring is almost here, so why not improve the street appeal and value of your most prized possession? Order a new Gliderol door with operator before the end of September and you'll receive 2 extra handsets. Plus, we'll remove your existing door for free. Call Gliderol for a free measure and quote on 1300 799 144 or go to gliderol.com.au. Retail customers only, T's and C's apply.
car accident? You should have the freedom to choose your trusted repairer. Choose Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
3 to 5, Jimmy Bartell, not too far away, and there's nothing like the Royal Adelaide Show. Presented by Drake's. If you miss it, you'll be left with a serious case of SHOMO, and you do not want that, Timmy.
No,
so all
sir,
week, we have family passes to give away. If you want one, 8223 0055, call in now. You can also get tickets at theshow.com.au and Drake's supermarkets.
Oh, God, you know when it's the show, then the Magpie swoop, then it's footy finals,
Cut
and the
the
next
grass.
minute, it's all that. It's going quick this year. Bugger it. Hello, Adam.
Afternoon, gents. How are we?
Excellent, Adam. Have you met a star in your early days?
Well, I've been lucky enough, Timmy, to meet a couple, and I'll start with you because you and I have crossed paths previously at the Planet nightclub when you were
Hello.
MC gig at the After Work show. So I've been fortunate enough to meet you. I said, but the bigger story is the gentleman sitting next to you. I'm a Norwood devotee and came down from the country and was lucky enough to get into the junior Norwood team.
Right.
And young country lad at the age of 17, and I walk into the Norwood change rooms. And I needed to have a rub down for some reason. I go into the rooms and there's all these tables and I get up on there and it's just, in the room, you've got Gary McIntosh and Michael Aish and, you just got people that I grew up idolising as a young lad. And there was a bloke on the table next to me, Timmy, that was getting a bit of a rub down. And he was partway through explaining to the trainer the weekend that he just had. He was a young lad. He's obviously playing in the field a little bit. And he was going into an explicit detail of his conquest of that weekend. And I got to say, as a country lad, I'd heard words and terms and phrases that I'd never heard before from one Stephen Rowe.
Did this conquest have a big forehead?
There were a number of big things mentioned, Stephen. The forehead wasn't one of them.
Oh, that's very good, Adam.
Classic.
Right in the running for the prize.
I don't talk about conquest. I never had a
Well, the
conquest.
explicit detail was the bit that got me. I reckon
he's made that up.
if we're in a court of law, I'm going, yeah, he does do that.
He's made
He
that
does
up.
do that.
He's made that
Let's
up.
go to Campbelltown. G'day, Ross.
G'day, boys.
Now, Ross, who did you meet?
Once again, Sir Garfield Sabres.
Oh, everyone loved him.
I was 15 at the time, working my first job. I broke my arm and I was home on compo. I lived in Renmark.
Yeah.
And they were giving out a crate of Coke to the first person to the site that they said. And it was just down the back lane from me. So I went there and I got a crate of Coke, the big bottles of Coke back in those days.
Wow.
And Garfield Sabres signed my plaster.
Oh, how good.
Oh, how good. Have you still got it?
When my mother passed away in 1984, she still had the Coke crate.
Still got the Coke.
Wow.
But my plaster got lost along the way. So.
Yeah, great story, Ross.
Yeah, that's excellent. I thought he was going to carry the crate of Coke home for him. He's got a broken arm. Come on, Sir Garfield. Give him, man.
Love that. Keep your calls coming. When did you first meet a sports star? 8223 0000 is the number. Time for the news at 5 and Jimmy Bartell right after this.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show. Up-to-the-minute news for South Australia. This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
A shower or two tonight and tomorrow, a high of 17. With the 5 o'clock news, I'm Kendall Brettig.
Sportal, South Australian sports hardware and software for elite and community clubs.
A director of Integrity Care has pleaded guilty to reckless conduct after a carer left a disabled woman to die in her chair. Cerebral palsy sufferer Annie Smith died of severe septic shock and multi-organ failure in 2020, with her carer Rosa Mayoni jailed for 6 years for manslaughter. 43-year-old Amy June Collins, a director of the disability care company that employed her, has now pleaded guilty to reckless conduct. A previous charge of criminal neglect was withdrawn. Charges against her sister, a fellow director, were also dropped. Safe Work SA is investigating a fatal accident at Charleston in the Adelaide Hills. A man's died after an incident on a council work site on Harrison Road. 3 men have been arrested after the theft of an ATM in the Barossa. It was stolen from a hotel in Greenock in the early hours of this morning. Following investigations, 3 Andrews Farm men aged 21, 20 and 18 have been arrested and charged with aggravated serious criminal trespass, theft and illegal use of a motor vehicle. The stolen ATM was recovered in a paddock at Smithfield, and the stolen Toyota Hilux allegedly used in the theft was also found nearby. The Prime Minister's continuing to resist calls to apologise over a botched melon gag. Nelson Scott has details.
Anthony Albanese appeared on a podcast where he discussed melons he was gifted by his female Japanese counterpart while gesturing at his chest. The comments were mentioned in a confidential diplomatic note between Canberra and Tokyo, which was later leaked to the media. Opposition leader Angus Taylor pressed Mr Albanese in Parliament over whether his office leaked the correspondence, while continuing to demand an apology for the podcast remarks.
Man up and say sorry to the Prime Minister of Japan.
But Mr Albanese has refused to apologise, instead referring to the close partnership between the two nations.
The Prime Minister of Japan is a good friend of Australia.
Japan says it's aware of the comments and the two leaders have a strong relationship built on mutual trust.
While the opposition has flagged a net migration target of 180,000 people a year, the figure links overseas arrivals to housing completions. The coalition argues changes to the migration system are needed as the country's infrastructure struggles to cope. Visas for international students, working holidaymakers and unskilled workers would be reduced. 2 Australians are among those rescued after a fire broke out on an Indonesian ferry off Bali. More than 100 people have been saved. The ferry was heading from Bali to Lombok when the fire broke out. And one of the craziest by-elections in UK history is drawing to a close. Gavin Gray reports.
34 candidates are contesting the seat of Clacton, Essex, to the east of London. It was called after a former UK leader, Nigel Farage, stood down as an MP, triggering a by-election that he will stand in. He was being investigated by Parliament over a 10 million Aussie dollar gift prior to him becoming an MP. That means Farage will face off against, among others, Count Binface and 3 candidates to the official Munster Raving Loony Party, Nick the Incredible Flying Brick, its leader Alan Howling Lord Hope, and Baron von Thunderclap. Take your pick.
Now turning to 5AA Sport.
Whether your block's the size of Adelaide Oval or the Gold Square, customise your build with Sterling Homes.
Port Adelaide is hitting the training track at Alberton ahead of Saturday night's game against Melbourne at home. It'll be Ali's 200th AFL game.
Obviously, early days, I didn't really understand what being a role model was. I was just, happy to be playing football and trying to play that to the best of my ability. And I guess the older you get, the bigger impact that you can leave behind. I guess it's just a bigger passion now to be able to help the community and help the younger kids that are coming through. Hopefully, they got someone to look up to.
While Adelaide's players have flown to Perth, but there's still intrigue as to whether or not Taylor Walker will play. The 36-year-old who announced his retirement on Monday was initially set to be rested, but has made the trip with his team. The Crows have taken a squad of 26 with Lockie McAndrew, James Borlase, Luke Nankervis and Jake Saligo all travelling after missing last week. And Chris Scott says he assumed good intent when he first found out about the concussion waiver scandal. The Cats have made defender Jake Kolodjasny unavailable for selection from All Footy with no timeline for his return. The Geelong coach says he trusts management at the club.
I tend to assume good intent in my life in general, and I certainly do when it comes to people that I've worked with really closely for 15 or 16 years now and have been exemplary in the way they've gone about their business.
And Australia's 2-time world surfing champ Tyler Wright has been knocked out of the Tahiti Pro by a local 14-year-old wildcard. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Nurse Next Door Home Care Services. From companionship to 24/7 nursing. nursenextdoor.com.au.
Evening there. Smash look over at Evandale, Port Rice Road near Bakewell Road. Another plane get included Mawson Lakes, the Salisbury Hoe and Eldersmith Road with some solid delays still. Henley Beach still got the lights on the blink there. Henley Beach Road near Cudmore Terrace and a few showers rolling through, so take it easy, particularly wet through the hills tonight. Cameras, Frederick Road, Grange. You've got one right now, Main North Road at Enfield. Just look for the big van on the left side of the road. It's got the weird windows in it too. A simple home refresh starts at the door. Get fully installed interior door packages with a free measure and quote at your nearest Doors Plus showroom today. Doors Plus, no fuss. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Get the Toyota forklift advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
A shower or two tonight and tomorrow, a high of 17. More of the same on Friday, then cloudy for Saturday, 17, and more of the same on Sunday, 18. At the moment, 14. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglas. Tonight, a big boost in EV sales leads to more local jobs. The new opportunities up for grabs. Adelaide Thrill Seekers, we have your first look at the new rides at the Royal Show. And we've travelled with the Crows to Perth, where Tex Walker looks set to play in Friday night's season-defining game against the Dockers. 9 News, your news. Nightly at 6 on 9 and on 9 Now.
Hi, Kyle Chalmers here. Just letting you know that when it comes to flooring, Floorworld has some serious purchasing power, keeping prices low on a huge range of flooring options, including waterproof floors, which is great for me. Choose from wool and synthetic carpets, engineered timber flooring, laminate, hybrid and vinyl flooring. Visit Floorworld, Jeps Cross, Homemaker HQ, Port Road, Cheltenham, The Parade, Norwood and Manopara Shopping Centre HQ. And mention this ad for 15% off.
G'day, I'm the cold.
I'm the heat.
I'm the noise! If you don't have double glazing from DG for double glazing, well, we just wanted to say thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
DG for double glazing makes it really hard for us to get in. So, if your home is freezing...
Or hard to keep cool.
Oh, noisy! That's us. Cheers!
Yeah, cheers!
Cheers!
Keep them all out. For a free in-home consultation, visit dgfordoubleglazing.com.au.
Everyday heroes like you can help create healthy futures for everybody. At SAMRI, they're doing the amazing daily. It's in their DNA. But the true test of a treatment or a cure is clinical trials. And right now, there's a roadblock of treatments waiting to be tested. The way to unblock it is your donation, no matter how small. Every bit helps kickstart these vital trials. Speaking of which, you can also donate your time and sign up to be a clinical trials patient yourself. Visit samri.org.au/giving day to find out more.
When you renovate a home, you're going into full-time rubbish production.
How so?
The first stage of renovation is demolition.
We make that junk disappear.
All you have to do is point.
When they begin installing the upgrades, a second mountain appears.
Construction scraps and packaging rise into the sky.
We make that mountain disappear too.
All you have to do is point.
We make room for possibilities.
We make room for possibilities.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK
or visit 1800gotjunk.com.au.
In business, the wrong hire does more than leave a gap. It slows your team, drains confidence, and holds your growth back. Call Hunter Careers. They'll work with you to find people with the right skills and long-term fit. At Hunter Careers, you'll work directly with an experienced recruiter through a careful, personalised process focused on your business outcomes, not just filling a vacancy. If the hire really matters, talk to Hunter Careers. huntercareers.com.au.
Some jewellers are there for the moment. Wishart Jewellers are there for the milestones. For 73 years and across 3 generations of the Wishart family, they've helped South Australians mark life's biggest occasions. Whether it's an anniversary gift, a birthday surprise, an engagement ring, a wedding band, or a treasured piece in need of repair, Wishart Jewellers designs and crafts jewellery with hand-picked precious stones. Through life's twists, turns and beautiful surprises, Wishart Jewellers capture the moments that matter. wishartjewellers.com.au.
Stay informed, get involved. 5AA, always Adelaide. Adelaide's only local sports show, the 5AA Sports Show.
Still to come, Jimmy Bartell providing his thoughts on Craig Drummond's tenure as chair. Jace Burgoyne at 5:30 as the Power celebrate a major milestone. Plus, Josh Giddey's in town over the weekend. We'll tell you how you can see him and your chance to win 5AA locker room tickets.
Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show.
And we're taking your calls as well. 8223 is our number. $50 Colac restaurant voucher in Port Adelaide to give away tonight. So we'd love your thoughts and calls on especially your stories about the first time you met a sports star. Might have been a training clinic or a school visit when they came to your school, a player signing after a game or pre and during the week. 8223 Get involved with the program. Right now, thanks to Statesman Windows, Adelaide's most trusted boutique window company, SA family owned and operated since 1980.
Bartell check sides it brilliantly.
He can do it all, James Bartell.
Here's my Bravo man.
Jimmy Bartell on the 5AA Sports Show.
Yes, each and every week this mastermind comes on thanks to Statesman Windows. Jimmy Bartell, welcome.
How are you guys?
Excellent.
Jimmy.
Now, bit of saga around your club, the concussion saga. Heard you the other night and on Footy Classified, and the way you described it, I thought was very, very good. My question is, sometimes it's a bit like the Watergate. It's not so much the crime, it's the cover-up. Where do you think it's at?
Yeah, I think that's what's created even more heat in this whole entire discussion. And I think what happens a lot when we have big incidents, we merge a lot of the talking points out of it into one. And depending on whether you're defending your place or you're trying to, I guess, prosecute it, is which bit that you're trying to, drag out of the conversation, or whether you're trying to mash a few ideas together. I've had some Geelong supporters and fans, have a crack at me, why aren't you more loyal to your club? Well, if you're questioning my loyalty, clearly you haven't ever heard me speak about Geelong and things like that. The discussion that I'm having is there's the full government process piece and where questions need to be asked. So Geelong and the AFL need to be asked plenty of questions where there needs to be answers like, who was in the room? Why did the document get to where it is? Why can a concussion panel send it back with an amber light, which creates all sorts of issues? Who at the AFL knew? So that's one big piece of it, which I think where Geelong is going to probably get sanctioned, and we don't know how hard they're going to be sanctioned. The other bit is, how did we get to this situation, and why do we keep, sort of treading water regarding concussion? Where can we strike the balance regarding still having the risk element, which attracts us all to the game? We have to admit, footy is a risky game, but that is actually part of the lure of it. It's physical, it's the brutality of it, the contact. That's why fans love watching it. Why people love watching boxing and motorsport and other events. But so how can we move forward but not lose the actual fabric of the game? Because I think we talk every week, how's that a free kick? How's that suspended? So I've got some empathy for Geelong, the doctors, but also that goes across, the entirety of the game. We've been forced into this situation, and that's not excusing Geelong of anything, but they're two different discussions, and we should be mature enough to have both.
Great call.
Yeah, I agree. The AFL's full of conflicts and, they tread around and tiptoe around. I had Eddie on last night with Timmy and I asked him a simple question because Craig Drummond cannot stay seated in that chair as AFL Commissioner. Eddie, welcome. Drummond out, Maguire in.
Is that you saying that, is it, Rowey? Or?
Well, that's what I'm hearing. It's either you or Koshy. I don't know which one I'd have. Yeah, he didn't really answer it. What do you know? And can Craig Drummond stay in that position?
Well, answering the Eddie piece first, I think where he is, he doesn't need to be chairman to wield the power that he's always had in the broader footy world. So Eddie's probably very comfortable where he's at as far as he doesn't need the title to be chairman to still have the impact that he wants to have an impact on, and he still can keep being Eddie everywhere if everything else he's doing with the amount of fingers he's got in pies. But it'd be fascinating to see what happens with Craig Drummond. I can't imagine them moving him on. The AFL doesn't normally do that, and the findings will be, a way where it sort of doesn't really give us any clear answers, and I think it will leave us probably more frustrated than anything, and we'll get that buzzword, which irritates me nowadays. It's all complex. It's a bit complex, which seems to be the great conversation stopper now whenever we need to find out more information.
Yeah, but this independent King's Council that the chairman of the commission, because they ratified it, the board, the commission, and the executives have got a King's Council. He's going to preside over this, do his investigation, hand down a recommendation. That recommendation will go straight to the AFL Commission. How can Craig Drummond sit on that?
Yeah, well, I think what they'll do, and you've already got a sense of what they're going to do, is if you make it everybody's problem, it sort of doesn't make it one person's problem. So what you'll probably find is recommendations will be, stricter governance and protocols for everyone. So everyone will feel it because of this issue around Geelong. Is there other clubs that have got similar deals that we don't know about? Again, I'm not minimising what Geelong has got themselves into, but you're just talking about what those recommendations could be. Normally, the way organisations do this or findings. They just make it everybody's issue.
Yeah. Gee, they're a club, Geelong, whose DNA is pushing that envelope, bending the rules. I mean, I heard Caro go through a whole heap of them from Cotton on all the way to this one. God, you get away with stuff down at Geelong, Jimmy.
Yeah, I work in talkback radio, and there's a fair bit of heat around Geelong because there's supporter bases that aren't Geelong supporter bases who think the exact same and go, well, you guys got away with this and you got away with this, and look at all the ex-Geelong people who are involved in AFL and things like that. They're the ones running the game, and that's what supporter bases do, and they get passionate about it.
Yeah, good answer. Taylor Walker has retired, an absolute champ of my club and of the game, Jimmy.
Yeah, star, and one of the best field kicks we've seen for especially a big key forward. I spoke to Campo the other night. He came on my radio program and he was trying to scratch his head of best key forwards or key position players that could just wheel onto any foot and just hit a laser or a dart about 40 to 50 metres. And what's quite incredible is I think not you, but a lot of people forgot, he had that knee injury as well and probably came back better off the back of it. So I know he was in sensational form before that, but his ability for a big hulking guy, he changed his body shape. Remember, he was super big. He was a big, thick unit, big key forward. And when he came back from that knee, we started to see him get on the move and become a real agile key forward. But 300 plus games, 700 goals. It's been an extraordinary effort.
Hey, Jimmy, St Kilda spent a lot of money over the summer, and it was all to perhaps, elevate them into an opportunity for top four. They're not probably even going to play in a wild card. How does that sit with Saints fans? How are they feeling over there in Victoria and copping this? I mean, is Ross Lyon getting
stinky
getting away? What are they feeling?
They're pretty protective, Saints fans. They tend to have,
right.
Saints versus the rest of the world. Look, just on the salary, they have to spend it. You've got to have a minimum amount of spend. So, there is a case, they would have had to spend it across anyone. I think that the nature and the size of some of the contracts are what, getting people's, eyebrows raised. De Koning and a few others. Have they lived up to them? A couple of them have. I think Silvani's been fantastic for them this year. Ryan, until he got hurt, was going really well. De Koning is the big watch. He still got paid on a lot of potential, but he's been in the system for 9 years now.
Wow.
And that surprises people. They think he's still a third or fourth year player, but he's a 9-year player. Does he actually elevate himself again to what they hope, or what are they going to do with he and Marshall? They're adamant they're going to play the both as well, but it's pretty clear, for us, they're not a side who's trying to build towards finals. They would have expected them being a finals team, so the fact that they missed a 10 at FIVEAA, I can see elements of the game where they'll highlight and they've improved, but I don't think they've set out this year just to have, call it statistical areas improving. I think they thought they were going to come up the ladder a bit more than they did.
Josh Fraser will coach Carlton, and it looks like Mark McVeigh Essendon.
Yeah, well, it's pretty difficult not to give it to Josh Fraser now.
Oh, I reckon.
That's as good an audition as you want to get. I like he's been patient, he's been consistent, but you'd think after 3 or 4 weeks there would have been a bit of a letdown after the new coach Spike, but he's going to have 14 weeks? Did I get that right? 13 or 14 weeks of really, really good work, and that's as good as anything to show why you're being the senior coach. And I still don't know about Essendon. I think we all think it's either going to be McVeigh or Hurd, one of the old Essendon boys. I keep asking around, and if I ask one person who I think is in the know, they say McVeigh, and then I go ask another person, they say it's Hurd. I'm curious to see who remains in their football department, because I think that'll help make you understand why they went the way they did as far as which assistant coach, or does Craig Bozzo end up being the football manager again?
Wow. Lots of questions to be asked.
Co-coaches, how about that one, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Co-coaches, mate.
That'd be different. Well, put it this way. They couldn't be any worse.
Yeah, that's exactly why I said it. If anyone could do it, it'd be the Bombers.
Keep up the good work,
Well done,
Jimmy, and we'll
Jimmy.
speak to you next Wednesday, mate.
Thanks, guys.
Good man. Jimmy Bartell, our guest, all thanks to Statesman Windows, Adelaide's boutique window company, trusted by the best builders in Adelaide. And just like Jimmy, they are elite performers, consistently delivering at the highest level. You need the best windows, see Statesman Windows.
Great work, Jimmy.
'Cause I'm Timmy G.
Now it's your opportunity to win tickets to Saturday footy. Port Adelaide take on Melbourne on Saturday night. If you want to head along, 8223 0055. We'll play nearest a pin very closely with Timmy G. Straight after we check traffic, Nurse Next Door home care services from companionship to 24/7 nursing. Stay in your own home on your terms. nursenextdoor.com.au.
A few showers for the drive home. Take it easy on wet roads, particularly through the hills. A crash at the airport causing delays at Donald Rapper Drive near the Early Learning Centre. Evandale, another collision there, Port Rush Road near Bakewell Road, and quite slow going for the drive home. Fullerton Road, the Glen Osmond Road intersection. Getting busy, Tapley's Hill Road, Glenorg North with the camera Bartley Terrace, West Lakeshore. Sane has helped people navigate complex mental health for 40 years. If you or someone you care for needs free information, recovery support or community connection, visit sane.org today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G. There's nothing like the Royal Adelaide Show, and it's time to celebrate our state, our people and our produce. 5AA wants to get you and the family to the Royal Adelaide Show to enjoy everything it has to offer, from rides, animals, wood chopping, dagwood dogs and of course the fireworks. Keep listening to 5AA all across the day for your chance to win the hottest tickets in town. The Royal Adelaide Show, presented by Drake's. Miss it and you'll be left with a serious case of SHOMO. Get your tickets now at theshow.com.au and Drake's Supermarkets.
If you're after legendary reliability and safety, get a Toyota forklift. Yep, Toyota is still the world's #1 forklift brand, famous across just about every industry for their reliability and safety. That's the Toyota Forklift Advantage. And with great electric options and branches all over the country, find the right Toyota forklift for you at toyotamaterialhandling.com.au. Don't just get a forklift, get a Toyota forklift.
Hi, it's Eddie May here from NRG Solar. The government's Cheaper Home Battery program is still going, offering you significant savings for a battery storage system for your home or business. That's real savings back in your pocket. Discounts reduce over time, so the message is simple. The sooner you act, the better. Get in touch with SA's trusted team at NRG Solar. Visit nrgsolar.com.au and take control of your energy bills. NRG Solar, leading solar in SA.
You've been the carer, the advocate, the constant, and you've done it out of pure love. But choosing specialist accommodation for your loved one isn't stepping back. It's one of the bravest things you'll ever do. Para Ability Community Care provides disability accommodation where every person is genuinely known, supported and cared for. We improve lives, and with our pack, you can go back to being the most important thing, the loving family member. Experience our kindness and connection. Visit ourpack.com.au.
Discover the Viking homelands with those who know it best on a captivating 15-day voyage through the Baltic and North Seas with Viking. From the picturesque waterways of Stockholm to the historic harbour of Bergen, each destination offers deep immersion into Nordic culture and history. And for a limited time, book your next ocean voyage and enjoy included economy airfares up to $2,800 per person. Viking, no kids and no casinos. See your Viking travel advisor or visit Viking.com.
Harris Scarf Friends exclusive mega sale is on now. Save 50% off full price Scan Pan and Green Pan cookware and 30% off full price Ninja air fryers. Hurry, mega sale ends soon. Exclusions apply. See conditions online. Harris Scarf, great brands, great prices.
Want to get out on the water? The Yamaha Pitman's Marine Mega Sale is happening now. Prices slashed on Yamaha outboards. Every model from the portable 2.5 right up to the mighty 450. Or jump on a Yamaha Wave Runner. Free coffee and free sausage sizzle till 4 p.m. Saturday 15th. 7 days of mega savings means you hit the water with the best for less. Only at Yamaha Pitman's Marine, August 10 to 15th. It's time to go mega.
Rosanna Mangiarelli here on 7 News. The sinister fire near a popular Adelaide playground. Brazen thieves rip an ATM from a Barossa pub. The exclusive pictures. Plus Tex heads west, but will he take on the Dockers?
Vehicle damaged? Remember 3Ps. Pro Paint and Panel. They'll take care of everything, including insurance.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports
26 after 5 with Jace Burgoyne joining us at 5:30. Stick around, Port fans. But if you want to win tickets as well to watch him on the weekend, you can.
Timmy G! Thank you very much, Sam. Yes, a last home game for Port Adelaide against Melbourne in the locker room. You have to answer the question and get nearest the pin without going over. We got Alexis on the line from Pasadena. Hello, Alexis.
Hello, how you going?
Excellent. Now, the question is tonight, and I will give you a range, Alexis.
Yep.
How many metres gained did Jimmy Toumpas have in his 5th game playing for Port Adelaide? Now, it's between 250 and 280.
So between 250 and 280.
Yes.
267.
267. Thanks, Alexis. Romeo.
G'day, mate. How you doing?
All right. Okay, Jimmy Toumpas, how many metres gained in his 5th game for Port Adelaide?
Between what number again?
Between 250 and 280.
265.
265. Thank you, Romeo. Let's go, Brad.
G'day, guys. I'll go 275.
275. Thanks, Brad. Let's go, Sam Woodville.
I'll go 174.
174. Thank you, Sam. And Chris at Mawson Lakes to round us out.
Yeah, I'll go 271.
271. Okay, nearest the pin without going over. The number was 273, so that makes Chris our winner. 271. Well done, Chris. Congratulations.
Thanks very much.
You've been
thank you.
You've been in the 5AA locker room before, Chris?
No, never before.
This is it. This is it, mate. The big night. You're a beauty. You're going to get pre-game dinner box. You're going to get half-time village. You're going to get a continuous 5-hour beverage package, and you're going to have a great night.
Awesome. Thanks very much, Chris. Appreciate it.
Good man.
Cheers. Thank you.
See you, Chris.
How did Google Maps go, Alexis?
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to make that gag because I would have thought poor thing would have heard that 1,000 times.
Well, why call your kid that?
Yeah. Well, because it wasn't around
that many years ago.
Oh, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So is it really Alexis, that voice?
Alexa?
Yeah.
Alexa.
Yeah, Alexa. So it's not
That's
Alexis.
funny.
Yeah.
Hello, Tony.
Yeah, that's why I named my son Samsung.
Yeah, g'day, Rowey. G'day, Coach. How are you?
Hey, Kellogg's. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good, Tim.
And then you would have met a
day
sports
I'll
star
never
in your
forget
day.
is after the drought of 65,
yes,
77 before we won a premiership.
Correct.
I thought, bugger it, I'm going to pull a sickie. So I went up, and back in the day, the celebrations were in Hindley Street.
Oh, yes, that's
so I'm
right.
standing up there at the front of the brewery in Hydeau Street, and up rolls the mighty Foss Williams.
Wow.
And he goes, what are you doing here, mate? He said, I come to celebrate. He said, well, come inside with me.
No way.
How good.
So he took me into the celebrations, and I'll never forget that.
Wow, that's a great start to the
Good on you, Tony.
the new era
Yeah.
there, Kellogg's.
Hey, Tony, how'd you get the nickname
And,
Kellogg's?
As you know, Tim, the ride we had with John Cale and all the boys, you, Scotty, Rizza, all the boys, that was a ride, mate.
Oh, no doubt about that. He wants to know how you got your name, Kellogg's.
Because my name's Kellerman, my dad's a Hungarian background, and my Aussie mate said you sound like a D-A-G-O, so we're calling you Kellogg's instead of Kellerman.
There it is.
Right.
Simple as that.
Simple as
story. You don't get your own nickname. You get it presented to you.
Skippy Kellogg's.
Love it. Beautiful
Kellogg's.
stuff. Let's go to Kimman Park. G'day, Barney.
G'day, gentlemen. 1976, I was 10 years of age, and I bought my first proper pair of football boots at a sports store on King William Street. I think it was Motley and Ebert.
Yes, it would have been.
And Russell Ebert served me, who was my hero.
Wow.
Dad was a Port supporter and fitted me with my boots, and he was spewing because I picked black and yellow. And when I told him I played for Kilburn, he said, the Kilburn Killers. He said, you're going to have a great year this year. Wow. And I won the Under-10 Association medal in the Woodville League, Timmy.
How good.
How good.
and went back the next year and had to buy another pair of boots from him. But what an absolute gentleman.
Oh, mate. How
One
good's
of the
that?
best.
It was right
Great memory.
down the southern end, King William Road, through the city.
Yeah.
And just past Vic Square, and you keep going, and it was on the left. And it started years ago, I think Alan Greer, then Jeff Motley Greer, and then it became Motley Ebert, then it became Motley Ebert Weston, then it became Ebert and Weston, which was Paul Weston. That sports store there was for years.
And then I reckon it morphed into Rowan Jarman.
Nah, that was separate.
Different.
Was that separate again?
Yeah, that was Barry Jarman.
That was Barry Jarman.
Legend.
Love your memories. It's time for the 5:30 headlines. Jace Burgoyne very shortly.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, I'm Kendall Brettig. 3 men have been arrested after a brazen ATM theft in the Barossa. The opposition has flagged a net migration target of 180,000 people a year, with visas reduced for international students, working holiday makers and unskilled workers. A legal battle between singer Guy Sebastian and his former manager is finally over, with the pair agreeing to settle out of court after almost 9 years. And Port Adelaide's training at Alberton ahead of Saturday night's game against Melbourne. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Nurse Next Door Home Care Services. From companionship to 24/7 nursing. nursenextdoor.com.au.
Passing showers take it easy in wet roads, particularly through the hills and the drive home. A crash at Kidman Park causing really big delays for the drive to Grange Road near Frogmore Road. At the airport, another collision, so Donald Brabb Drive near the Early Learning Centre. Really busy at the moment. Tapley's Hill Road, Acklenilg North near the Anzac Highway intersection, and really slow Fullerton Right driving home through Dulwich. Camera, Ridley Grove, Ferreton Park. What's saucy, cheesy and baked to perfection? Faster Pastas, Pasta Bakes with free garlic bread. All at one grade $23.90 price. Fresh from the oven and only at Faster Pasta. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
To the weather, a shower or two tonight and tomorrow, a high of 17. At the moment, 13. More news at 6 o'clock on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Real Goodings with Stacey Lee.
5AA Breakfast.
Tex, he might return to Broken Hill. He's talked about this his entire career. We now know, of course, this will be his final season. Be handy having Taylor Walker in your forward line. Jaden Kelly is one of his mates and plays for North Broken Hill and joins us on 5AA Breakfast now.
Real Goodings with Stacey Lee.
Would the big Tex never spot? You be able to fit him in?
We might find a spot in the back pocket somewhere.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Ever wondered how you can support the families of children born with genetic diseases? By joining a CMAX clinical trial, you can help advance important medical research for a rare genetic condition called Prader-Willi syndrome. If you're aged between 18 to 55 and in good general health, you might be eligible to take part. Spend 4 nights at CMAX in Adelaide CBD, attend 1 follow-up visit and get paid for your time. Interested? Apply today at cmax.com.au.
If your last experience with a massage involved a bit of squeezing and a bit of shaking, Feel Good Massage Chairs would like a word. When you try a Feel Good massage chair, you'll experience a world of difference. Feel Good massage chairs provide a therapeutic massage to improve circulation, joint stiffness and muscle recovery. Imagine unlimited massages for you and your whole family. Feel the difference with a Feel Good massage chair. Visit their head office showroom on Port Road or at Marion.
Looking to hire people who can genuinely add value to your business? At Hunter Careers, you'll work directly with an experienced recruiter with deep Adelaide market knowledge and strong connections. No handballing, no junior recruiters. Just sound advice and a focus on long-term fit. Because some people fill a role, others lift the standard. If the hire really matters, talk to Hunter Careers. huntercareers.com.au.
How far would you go for your dream kitchen? And how far would you go to get 25% off? How about 15 minutes up the freeway to Balhanna Kitchens by Design, to the largest showroom in the Adelaide Hills? Custom build your dream with our award-winning designers and get 25% off your cabinets with laminate bench tops. For a limited time, of course. Balhanna Kitchens by Design. It's not too far to go to make your dream a reality. valhannakitchens.com.au.
Happy hours are happier at Roulette's Tavern. Monday to Friday from 4 to 6 p.m. It's our popular weekly happy hours with beer specials alongside other happy hour specials that change regularly. When Friday comes along, it's cocktail time from 3 to 6 p.m. Plus Friday, Saturday and Sunday, you'll enjoy 2-for-1 classic cocktails. And we have all your cocktail favourites, all at half the price. Roulette's Tavern, next to Parafield Airport Liquor Store, Kings Road, Parafield. Drink responsibly.
Car accident? You should have the freedom to choose your trusted repairer. Choose Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
We had 16 players out last weekend. The ripple effect down to the Magpies in the sample. We had to invite 5 players from the amateurs to make up the numbers from amateur clubs. They hadn't even met the coach or the players before they ran onto the field.
Yeah, it's David Kosh at 23 minutes to 6. He was on 5AA Breakfast this morning with Will and Stacey. You hear him each and every Wednesday.
Well, Port Adelaide in a heavy loss to Sydney. A man had his best statistics in AFL ever. 34 possessions, 23 kicks, 11 handballs, 6 tackles and 8 marks. Jace Burgoyne, welcome.
Hey guys, thanks for having me on.
Enjoying the midfield, no doubt.
Yeah, 100%. It's a position that I've sort of wanted to play for a while now, but obviously just had to bide my time because obviously we have a lot of talent in there, and obviously now's as good a time as any to sort of throw me in there and sort of see how I go. And lucky for myself, I'm going to prove I can play there. So hopefully I keep doing that moving forward would be nice.
So tell me this, you said, I've always wanted to play there. Was that your position growing up, was it, coming through juniors and the like?
Yeah, I played a lot of inside mid in the juniors, Woodville West Torrens in the 18s and even like a little bit through the state program. And yeah, I mean, something that's not new to me, but obviously just I've gone away from it the last couple of years, obviously playing on the wing and half back. But throughout pre-season, did a little bit of work inside as a midfielder and really enjoyed it. So, I really enjoyed my little time in there that I've spent so far this year.
I suppose with a lot of young players coming into the system, you may be a midfielder and the like, but you've got to find somewhere. Probably Joe Berry's in that position right now, I'd say, Jace, where he probably was a natural midfielder and the like, and he's trying to play different roles, high half forwards and the like. It's part of the development, isn't it, to eventually crack into where you once belonged?
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, coming to the AFL, I was pretty light. I was 65 kilos or whatever I was. And, I think I was probably never going to play into it at that point. I sort of played at the back at the point. And, it's good, though, because you've got to learn a lot of craft as a backman and then obviously move to the wing, you even learn more craft there. And, I think I've been able to take aspects of both positions and sort of get run with it now that I'm playing as a midfielder. And, but you're right, obviously coming to the AFL, a lot of players are sort of midfielders in their juniors and they sort of get shifted to different positions. And, I was no different.
Yeah. So what's the advantage, you reckon, of being in the mids rather than, say, being on wing or half back?
Yeah, it's a good one. Wing's a hard position to play, and anyone that's played it, you can sort of be lost out there, and especially if the ball's on the far side, and that's what position you're playing on the far wing, and it can get lonely out there, and you're doing a lot of unrewarded running and stuff, and sort of being in the midfield, I get to be around the ball a bit more and sort of influence the game a bit better, and I've really enjoyed it, and it's definitely a lot better than playing on the wing, I'd say, but obviously wherever they need me to play, I'm happy to do.
You should model your game on Nasiah, Jace. You've got a lot of his attributes.
Yeah, I've actually been told that a fair bit. Even at the club, everyone sort of says that I could be the Port sort of Nasiah, and obviously, he's obviously a great player, and to be half a player would be nice. But I'm just going to try to keep doing my thing and sort of play to my strengths. And
good on you.
Like I said, I've just really enjoyed it so far this year.
How tough's it playing with so many outs, and so many of those outs are your leaders?
Yeah, it can be tough. Obviously, not only leaders, but sort of our star players are out, and they obviously do a lot for us on game day. But we're not sort of a one-man team or whatnot, so we try to share the load. And I think we've had people stand up. Like the Hornet, he's stood up. His leadership's been unreal the last couple of weeks, and then obviously Willem Drew, who's now taken the captaincy over the last couple of weeks, he's been unreal as well. And then obviously we still have veterans in the team like Aaliyah and DBJ and Ollie Wine. So, they've all stepped up in the sort of the absence of all our leaders and sort of senior star players. But like I said, we sort of share the load.
Motivation's a big thing as a player. I get told most are motivated by their next contract. I don't think that's true. You're motivated to win. There's 2 games left. What's motivating you, Jace, and the group? And how does Josh Carr and the coaches tap into that? Because you know you can't play finals. You're sitting in the bottom 4. What's the motivation?
Yeah, we've sort of touched on it sort of throughout the week already. And, we're trying to set ourselves up for, off-season and, starting now the last couple of games, we can really knuckle in and sort of play the way we want to play, and then individually obviously play some footy and sort of build momentum as a team and individually going to the preseason, like I just said, and sort of hit the ground running and have a bit more confidence in ourselves. And obviously we've had a couple of losses recently that we've been blown out, but we're still pretty confident in the game plan and it's coming on nicely. And we've sort of just got to get back to how we were playing sort of in the middle of the year. And but yeah, like I said, sort of for us now is just looking to the future and sort of trying to build some momentum.
Yeah. Have you scouted Melbourne yet, or there's no point? I mean, they'll kick 100 points. You know that. Did you watch them last week against FIVEAA?
No, I didn't actually watch them, but
right.
obviously they're a good team and they're sitting top at the moment. But we actually got training this afternoon, so
good.
We'll go through their team and sort of their players and whatnot, and we'll take a look at that.
What did Josh Carr and Stuart Dew say to you your mid-development? What are they saying? This is really good. We're loving the way you're doing this and the like. What about what your work-ons will be, especially if you want to be there next year?
Yeah, they sort of just been saying the same thing. They just want me to take my time sort of with the ball and sort of spend more time over it instead of just rushing disposal. They want me to sort of just, back my strength and my speed to sort of, burst away from a pack or sort of, just... recently in the games, I've sort of just been grabbing the ball and sort of just kicking it forward instead of taking my time with it. So that's probably what they're sort of mainly trying to sort of make me focus on these last couple of weeks is just, spend some more time over it and not rushing. But, there's obviously a lot of aspects of midfield that I've got to get right, and I'm still learning from the players and from the coaches. Body work's a good one as well because I'm not too big, obviously, as a player, and I'm not as strong as everyone else, so I've sort of just got to find ways around that. And, Kyrie and Stewie have been really good sort of giving me little tips and pointers on how to play a bit more to my strengths and sort of sit back shoulder and sort of use my active feet as a weapon.
You've played 19 games this year, only missed a couple. Your last 3 seasons have been very consistent and sort of resilient. Your body's held up nicely. Are you feeling more confident, I suppose, within yourself now that you can start to lead the way? You've played 75 games now, 23 years of age. Are you feeling that in your own self?
Yeah, 100%. We sort of touched on it at the club. Like, we sort of want the young players to sort of stand up and sort of lead the way. It doesn't always have to be the older players. And I think for me now, sort of, I'm in the same year as the Hornet, and I'm 23. And, I really want to sort of push this club forward and sort of, I guess in a way, sort of lead in a way. But I wouldn't say I'm overly a big leader. But, definitely for sure, 100%. I think try to get more of myself in that aspect of the game.
Tell us about Jace. He just played his 100th and Aaliyah plays his 200th this week. So tell us about those two guys.
Yeah, I think obviously Hornet's grown a lot this year, and for someone who hasn't had a pre-season, he's had a pretty good year. So, and I'm sure he's going to keep playing the last 2 games he'd want to play. He's a big competitor, and I'm sure he'll be out there. And then Aaliyah, like sort of a senior guy, he sort of is a good person in the group because he's obviously one of the senior guys, but he also gets around all the young players, and he's also good to have a laugh with, and he's been so good for this club since he came here, all Australian, and he's been a rock down there for us. So both those players are real big key players of our team, and we're definitely going to be in the last 2 games. Hornet get up this week, you think? From what I've seen, 100%. I think he's going to play.
Wow.
Like I said, he's a competitor, and it's only a little bit of mild bone bruising, I think. So gave us a bit of a scare there, but I think if all goes to plan, he'll be playing. I think.
Zach Butters on ice. Is he buzzing around like a bee? Is Toey as a Roman sandal to play round 24?
I mean, he's been sort of tracking pretty well so far. I'm not 100% sure if he'll be back this year, but
all right.
I think he's pushing hard though. I think he's a competitor and he's fiery, so he wants to get out there and play any game he can. So if he can get up for that game, I'm sure he'll want to be out there. But like I said, I'm not 100% too sure on how he's tracking.
Okay. Well, my boy's the Jones boy. Is his hammy all right? Is he a test? Is he coming up?
I think he had a bit of a groin or hamstring.
Oh, God.
And he started obviously test last week, but I don't think it was too serious. So I think, he'll be definitely pushing to play. I think he's going to be sort of, testing out his string and his groin, whatever it was at training tonight. So, but I'm sure if he can get up, he'll get there as well.
Well, his bum's too big. Tell him to get on the treadmill.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
He listens to me, Jace. Tell him to get on the treadmill. And Mitchie, Mitch is back this week, and what did he have, a concussion?
No, he was sick.
He was crook.
He didn't rock up the training, captain's run, and then all of a sudden he got the team. So, I'm sure he'll be back this week as well. I think he's gone better.
Well, just get him a box of Scottish tissues and, he'll be sweet as a nut, mate.
Yeah,
bit of Lemsip.
Yeah, Lemsip. Yep.
Is that it?
Beautiful, Lemsip.
Same thing.
Hey, Jace, well done on your development in the midfield. Keep it going. Let's get 2 wins to finish up the season.
All right, thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Jace Burgoyne, our guest, as I said, the most disposals he's had at AFL level last weekend in a pretty tough afternoon. Jace Burgoyne, our guest.
All right, let's check your traffic around Adelaide. Nurse Next Door, home care services from companionship to 24/7 nursing. Stay in your own home on your terms. nursenextdoor.com.au.
Few showers passing through. Take it easy on wet roads, particularly through the hills tonight. A crash at Kidman Park to look out for. Grange Road near Frogmore Road. Quite big delays through there. More delays with the smash of the airport, so Donald Rapp Drive near the Early Learning Centre. And we're slow going on the drive home Richmond Road at the Anzac Highway intersection. Cameron's Frederick Road, Grange and Main North Road at Enfield. Saint has helped people navigate complex mental health for 40 years. If you or someone you care for needs free information, recovery support or community connection, visit saint.org today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show.
No more. Ugh. No more. If you need to improve your joint mobility and flexibility, try Arbor Vitae Joint Health for the relief of pain and other symptoms associated with mild arthritis and inflammation. Arbor Vitae, it's wellness backed by science. The main ingredient, pycnogenol, has been widely studied for 40 years with more than 160 clinical trials and 450 scientific publications. For more info on Arbor Vitae's products and its own clinical study, visit arborvitae.com.au. That's arborvitae.com.au. Available in all major chemists and health food stores. Always read the label and follow the directions for use.
Want to get out on the water? The Yamaha Pitmans Marine Mega Sale is happening now. Prices slashed on Yamaha outboards. Every model from the portable 2.5 right up to the mighty 450. Or jump on a Yamaha Wave Runner. Free coffee and free sausage sizzle till 4 p.m. Saturday 15th. 7 days of mega savings means you hit the water with the best for less. Only at Yamaha Pitmans Marine, August 10 to 15th. It's time to go mega.
Now, you don't just cook a barbie. No way. You command it. And that's exactly why you deserve an Adelaide outdoor kitchen. Choose the best appliances, add a bar fridge, a pizza oven, or go all out with one of the custom-made concrete bench tops that make people walk out your backyard, have a look at it and go, wow, where did you get that?
They want to lay on it. It's what they want to do. Indoor bench tops too, handmade, one of a kind. Nothing is off the shelf. Every piece is crafted just for you. No two slabs are the same. You really need to see them for yourself. So take a tour of the Seafood Meadows showroom. It's on Farrow Circuit, or contact Adelaide Outdoor Kitchens for more info.
Serious hosts have serious kitchens. Build yours with Adelaide Outdoor Kitchens. Visit AdelaideOutdoorKitchens.com.au.
Breaking news. Chai latte and a chocolate donut is good for you. Maybe not when it comes to calories, but it is good for the soul. Cafe Hoppability in Fullerton is operated by Holistic Care SA and provides meaningful and rewarding jobs for keen workers who live with disability. And because you're doing a generous deed, you can grab a second donut guilt-free. Next lunch break, do something that's good for you and others. Cafe Hoppability Fullerton, just up from the roundabout.
Your hot water system could go at any time. So if yours is getting on, don't get caught out. Now is the best time to ask the gas shop Unley about their unbeatable price on a fully fitted Rinnai continuous flow hot water system. It's instant, so you're not wasting money heating a tank of water all day to feed your home. The gas shop has fitters standing by, ready to install your new Rinnai continuous flow system at a price you'll find hard to ignore. Make the switch with the gas shop Unley, thegasshop.com.au.
35 years of down-to-earth family service, backed by modern premises, means you can rely on Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
It's 9 minutes to 6. Craig Lowndes is going to join us after 6 o'clock, so stay with us. The supercars are coming to the Bend in a month's time, so lots to build up to there.
Well, the 16th of August, it's this weekend.
This weekend.
Josh Giddey, countdown is on. You can get your tickets now. It's at the Port Adelaide Recreational Centre. Joining us is mentor, player manager and facilitator Jeff Van Groningen. Jeff, welcome.
Hey, Rowey, it's been a while. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, good man. Tell us about this on-court experience.
Well, we've got Josh coming down. Look, it's an interesting one because he has a chance to go anywhere in Australia. As you can imagine, there's a lot of interest in him coming and doing basketball camps and events and spending his off-season in a variety of ways. But he always wants Adelaide on that calendar. And the last few years, we've tried to vary it and move it from association to association. This is the first time we're doing something with Josh with West Adelaide Bearcats. And as you know, that's the spiritual home of the game out of Adelaide. So we're really excited about getting back there. I took Brian Gorgon there not all that long ago, and we really enjoyed the experience. So it's been great working with them, and kids can pile in. They certainly don't have to be from that association. We'll have a lot from around other places in South Australia that are making the trek in and being part of a basketball camp on Sunday. So still some places available. Just get onto the West Adelaide Bearcats there, and we look forward to seeing everybody there.
Yeah, well done. So it's ages 7 to 11. There's 2 sessions, and then 12 years plus, which is great. Book your tickets, do that. It'll be fantastic. He's a champ. How'd you see his season?
I thought it was, really good. It was a tough situation with Chicago. I'm sure you guys followed it. They got off to a flyer. And then this situation that is not unique to them, where you end up saying, are we going to make the playoffs or are we going to start to rebuild for the future? And I know that other sports rebuild and do those sort of things, but I don't think any sport quite does it like the NBA in the sense that they will just halfway through a season pivot and say, right now it's not about us, right? For this year it's about future endeavors. And so they start to clear off salary and they start to position for drafts. And it's an age-old argument, our team's tanking, are they trying to lose? And I think the answer to that is not usually they're trying to lose. They're usually just putting teams out there that are not capable of winning. And there is a difference, but it has the same effect. And then, in the case of Chicago, you'd have to say it worked out pretty well. They ended up with the number 4 draft pick, and he is, really, really good. And I think, that'll give Josh another good running mate. So hopefully there's good days ahead. They've got a new coach. They've got a new general manager and president of basketball. They've sort of cleaned everything out. So it'll be really interesting to see this Bulls, hopefully resurgence over the next few years. But I think it'll take some time.
Just talking about the Josh Giddey experience, and it's going to be at the Bearcats down there at the Port Adelaide Recreation Centre. 7 to 11-year-olds will be from 9:30 to 12, and the 12 plus will be from 1 to 3:30. Now, Jeff, you've seen this young man grow and develop. I mean, he was here with the 36ers when he was just a young kid. How have you seen him mature? And Josh now, like the way he would interact, I would suppose, with groups like this compared to what he would have when he was a kid here at the 36ers?
It's a really interesting one because when he stands and chats to the group, and he'll do this again on Sunday, he often notes, I was actually sitting there where you're sitting, and it wasn't all that long ago. He's still a young man. He's only 23. Yeah. And when he came to me at Adelaide and the 36ers got in behind that endeavour, which I'm really grateful for because it was so important for both the 36ers but also for Josh's development and the excitement that generated to have a lottery pick running around in the 36ers uniform, I think was fantastic. But when you look at what came out of that, it was a 17 turning 18-year-old guy who was incredibly talented but still yet to develop completely physically. He was obviously a very tall point guard, and that remains. But now the strength, the size, the maturing in all angles of him, both physically but also just mentally and attacking the game, has been outstanding and has been a pleasure to watch. But with your question of the, I guess, watching the journey, it's still very surreal to most people that are around him. He recently, for example, released his own Puma shoe that's his signature shoe. He's not wearing someone else's. You know, I've only ever got to wear somebody else's, not have one.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's got a signature shoe, for example, and those things are quite, quite amazing. It shows the level of success that he's had in the NBA. Youngest guy to ever have a triple-double, you know, passing records left, right, and centre on age versus milestones that are out there, and it's been incredible to watch. It's a privilege to just observe it all.
And typically, he's never forgotten home, has he? And he's never, the opportunity to play for the Boomers. He plays for the Boomers. He comes back and does clinics like this with the kids in Australia. He's definitely connected, isn't he?
No, he is. And this is, believe it or not, by the time we get into Adelaide on Sunday, this will be our 11th event that we've done. We've got 2 things in Perth this Friday night and Saturday, and then fly in late on Saturday night to Adelaide. These are not things that, an NBA player has to do. Yeah. It's certainly not about, resourcing yourself with money or anything like that. It's very hard to make an argument that would be the case when a guy's on $25 million US. It's really just about a commitment to say, well, I do want to stay connected to the basketball community where I came from. And that's why Adelaide's always on the agenda, because he really, has a high regard for Adelaide and what happened to Adelaide, and good memories of that city. And the other places that we go, we really just take it as it comes. Obviously, he's well connected in Melbourne, where he's from, but we do get around to Brisbane and Sydney and this time Perth for the first time. But those things tend to be a little bit more intermittent, whereas Adelaide, we haven't missed at least one trip to Adelaide since his rookie year. So, that probably says a lot about your city.
Well, our topic today, very appropriately, is when did you meet your sporting idol or star?
Your first sports star, yeah.
7-year-olds plus, 2 of them can do it this Sunday, 16th of August, meet Josh Giddey. Jeff, thanks as always for your time.
Really appreciate it, guys. Great to chat.
Yeah, we'll get your tickets there, Port Adelaide Recreational Centre, 2 sessions this
get on the
Sunday.
Bearcats website, the West Adelaide Bearcats.
Josh Giddey, our star, our guest. Hello, Joe.
How are you, guys? Sporting idol, I met Dom Bradman. I was doing a charity auction for St. Dominic's, and a colleague who put me on to Sir Donald, her husband was good friends with Sir Donald, so I organised a couple of bats to get signed for the auction, and I took them down there with this lady, and we got there about 4 o'clock, and we got up to the front door, and Sir Donald's housemaid came out and said Sir Donald was having a rest and she'll take the bat. So my heart dropped, and I said, I got to the front door and I couldn't even get to meet the guy. So the next day, I had to go pick up the bat, and she told me, she said, come around about 4 o'clock and they should be ready. Well, anyway, it was about 1:30 in the afternoon. I was on Kensington Road, and I thought, I'm going to pop past Holden Street and see if I can get the bats early. He might be up. Good. Well, as it happened, I drove down Holden Street, and sure enough, Sir Donald was walking down the driveway back to his car. He had the boot up. He had his golf clubs in the back. Anyway, I thought, here's my car. I slammed on the handbrake, jumped out of the car, ran down the driveway, and I shouted out, Sir Donald. Well, sure enough, the poor bloke jumped about 10 feet in the air. I startled him. I thought, here we go. I said, I gave the bloke a heart attack. Yeah. Anyway, he turned around. He said, hi, how are you? And I told him who I was. He said, come down. He said, they're on the back porch, just inside the back door. So anyway, I went down the back of his home. He had the old red brick staircase going up, three steps going to the back door, and he came out, gave me the bat, and we had a couple of minute chat, and I got to meet my idol.
Yeah, Joe, well done.
The legend himself, Sir Donald.
To donate to the St. Dominic's School,
which
my daughters went to.
Your daughters went to? And guess
Great
what?
School.
I used to be guest auctioneer at those.
You did?
Oh, it's a true story.
You did. And you might not remember this, but I bought a bike off you as the auctioneer.
That's right.
Did
you really? Yeah, it's a true story.
Jimmy, yeah.
It's a true story.
Funny.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
God, you're everywhere.
Well,
what don't you do?
A friend of mine's daughter went there, and Laurie Treadray, remember the Sultan of Swing?
Yes.
It was his son, Robin, and so he used to do mainly auctioneering. Yeah. He just needed a break for an hour. So I used to go and give him a break for an hour.
You did it for a couple of years. It was during our fair.
Yeah, I had a recliner chair that I was auctioning off, and I said, well, I'll start the bidding. I've still got that chair.
Yeah, I hate when that happens.
Still got it.
Yeah, I hate when that happens.
Oh, my goodness. Time for the 6 o'clock news. Craig Lowndes will join us next.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
The very latest news and information. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Showers tonight and tomorrow, a high of 17. With the 6 o'clock news, I'm Kendall Brattig.
Sportal, South Australian sports hardware and software for elite and community clubs.
3 young men have been arrested accused of stealing an ATM in the Barossa. Just after 3 a.m, an ATM full of cash was stolen in a smash and grab at the Greenock Hotel. Later in the day, it was found abandoned in a paddock at Smithfield with a stolen Toyota Hilux nearby. 3 Andrews farm men aged 21, 20 and 18 have now been arrested. They've been charged with aggravated serious criminal trespass, theft and illegal use of a motor vehicle and will front court tomorrow. It's the latest in a string of ATM robberies in the northern suburbs. A man has died after an accident at a Charleston work site in the Adelaide Hills. Emergency crews were called to the Harrison Road property this morning. Safe Work SA is investigating the death. Criminal negligence charges have been dropped against the directors of Integrity Care SA over the death of cerebral palsy sufferer Annie Smith in 2020. Instead, Amy June Collins has now pleaded guilty to reckless conduct. Charges against the other former co-director, Alison Marie Virgo, were dropped. The company has also been deregistered. Collins is facing a maximum penalty of 5 years behind bars or a $300,000 fine. Annie Smith's carer, Rosa Meoni, is serving a 6-year jail sentence for her manslaughter. New South Wales police have dropped domestic violence charges against Bondi terror attack hero Ahmed Al-Ahmed. The 44-year-old was charged with assault and stalking offences over an incident involving his dad in March. He's always maintained his innocence.
I'm successful. The law has been served. I'm a free man and I will be for always a free man.
The opposition has set a net migration target of 180,000 people if it wins the next election. More from Michael Packey in Cabra.
Australia's key political parties have released their migration targets as the issue continues to dominate public debate. The coalition has flagged a migration rate of 180,000 a year, which would be linked to available housing. The figure is higher than One Nation's target of 130,000, but lower than Labor's cap of 225. Shadow Housing Minister Andrew Bragg says the opposition's target strikes a sensible balance.
Having modest reductions in international students, working holiday makers and some unskilled workers.
Government Minister Claire O'Neill argues linking migration to housing is flawed.
Anyone who's saying that we can resolve a 40-year-old housing crisis through migration is absolutely wrong.
Labor is yet to outline its migration policy.
5,000 wild penguins in Victoria will be vaccinated against H5N1 bird flu. A vaccination program will be rolled out in the coming weeks at Phillip Island and St Kilda for the more than 5,000 little penguins. But CEO at Phillip Island Nature Parks, Catherine Basterfield, says they're still unsure how long the process will take.
At the penguin parade at the moment, about 700 penguins are coming up the beach every night. So we have the ability to corral penguins into what would look like a little pen. We have staff to be able to undertake both the microchipping and vaccination program.
We currently have 212 cases of bird flu here in SA. Turning to 5AA Sport.
Whether your block's the size of Adelaide Oval or the Gold Square, customise your build with Sterling Homes.
Crows veteran Taylor Walker has made the trip to Perth today, but coach Matthew Nicks has stopped short of declaring he'll play against Fremantle on Friday night.
We're taking a bit of a crew over because it's a short week. We're heading over a couple of days earlier, so we'll take 3 extras, and we're not locked away yet on what that looks like.
Darcy Fogarty is back after serving a 3-game ban, but Vice-Captain Alex Neil-Bullen will miss the game due to the birth of his second child, while Port Adelaide is training at Alberton tonight ahead of Saturday night's home game against Melbourne. Geelong coach Chris Scott has refused to speculate on whether Jake Collar-Jasny will play again. The Cats have made the defender unavailable for selection from All Footy with no timeline for his return. And Australian all-rounder Cam Green has been given the green light to attack Bangladesh in the first test starting tomorrow in Darwin. His position in the team's again under scrutiny as he averages a modest 32 with the bat from 37 test matches. Captain Pat Cummins wants to see him break the shackles.
You know, you see him in some T20 games, he's banging the ball around. He's almost he's got too many skills. So it's like, just get out there, you know, assert yourself, strip away. There's no pressure from us. You've got freedom. Kind of get out of your own way and just go and play.
Now checking 5AA traffic.
Nurse Next Door Home Care Services. From companionship to 24/7 nursing. nursenextdoor.com.au.
A few passing showers to look out for. Take it easy on the drive. Very wet through the hills too. Crash with huge delays at Kidman Park at the moment. Grange Road near Frogmore Road very slow. At the airport, a Preen getting cleared. So Donald Rabbit Drive near the Early Learning Centre. And a camera tonight. Goodwood Road at Colonel Light Gardens. Just look for the big van on the left side of the road. Get the model year 26.5 Ford Ranger Black Edition from 53k drive away at participating dealers. See ford.com.au for details. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
A shower or two tonight and tomorrow, heading for 17. More of the same on Friday, then cloudy on Saturday, 17, and cloudy again for Sunday, 18. At the moment, 13. Now let's see what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Brenton Radless.
We begin tonight with breaking news.
With the news that matters to you.
The government insists it's a win for the state's economy.
9 News is covering the stories that matter to South Australians.
Brazen daylight firebombing attack at the Torrensville supermarket.
Adelaide is your city. 9 is your news.
At Nurse Next Door Home Care Services, we believe in making lives better and that our people are at the heart of everything we do. It's not just about aged care or disability support. It's about helping people keep living life their way. Right now, we have a range of career opportunities available. If you have high standards and a passion for helping others, we'd love to hear from you. Visit nursenextdoor.com.au to find out more.
When you book a hearing test with Can Do Hearing, you'll be seen by an accredited audiologist. Can Do Hearing is South Australian and we're not owned by a hearing aid manufacturer. This means we only recommend what's going to work for you, and your options are almost endless. Plus the extra bonus, our profits go to Can Do for Kids, supporting local kids living with hearing and vision loss. Book an appointment with Can Do Hearing today. candohearing.com.au. That sounds better.
Think you know AFLW? Think again.
From the boundary, she's a wizard!
The 2026 NAB AFLW season is on. Get amongst every moment from August to November. Tickets just $15 and kids under 14 go free.
Step onto the field, we together, that's our synergy. We gon' be the best, so you better match our energy.
Our game, our rules. Search AFLW for tickets.
Burncut knows what you do underground for part of the year is equally important to what you do above ground for the rest of the year.
And they lived happily ever after.
Night, Dad.
If you're looking for a mining career with a better work-life balance, it's what we don't cut out that makes Burncut a cut above. Apply now at burncut.com.
Kia, a new breed of hybrid. Meet Kia's turbo hybrid SUV range. The award-winning Sportage, the 7-seat Sorento, and the leader of the pack, the Carnival Turbo Hybrid. Go beyond fuel savings and experience turbocharged hybrid performance today. Kia, a new breed of hybrid.
Kia, movement that inspires.
In Adelaide and across South Australia, this is 5AA, always Adelaide.
Car accident? You should have the freedom to choose your trusted repairer. Choose Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Welcome back. It's 11 minutes after 6 on this Wednesday night. Still time for your calls on 8223 0000. Going to give away that $50 voucher to Colac Restaurant in Port Adelaide.
Well, I tell you what, I do like this concept. We know we've got the magnificent bend up there at Murray Bridge. Look, the AirTouch 500, they're doing masters and apprentices. This is awesome.
Great concept.
Yeah, 3 days where they get the young fellas in. Now, how's some of the previous names that have gone through this, like Brock Feeney? How's that? Cooper Murray, Zach Bates. This is a great concept.
3 of the 4 graduates.
There you go.
Have got a full-time ride.
Yeah. It is amazing. We're going to speak to one of the masters right now. He's the Team 18 supercar driver and legend, Craig Lowndes. Welcome.
Good afternoon, and thank you for having me on.
Oh, great stuff, this. I love the concept. How's it been going? We're sort of in day 2, and I know you're teamed up with young Bailey Hall. Did he have a bit of a spill today?
No. He's fine. He's obviously a bright young kid who's got a great opportunity to get involved, and as you said, through this program, there's been some great names that have come through and gone on to bigger and better things. So it's great, and I really enjoy it because it just, for me, it almost goes full circle from when I first started back in '94 and my first full-time drive in '96. And obviously my teammate was Peter Brock. So, look, for me, it's just great to give something back and give a bit of guidance to the young guys to get involved in the sport. And to be honest, my role is more about the off-track stuff, not the on-track. Like, they're all young, they're keen, they're very talented. You put a helmet on them and they'll go and do what they want to do. But it's the off-track stuff. So it's all the commercial side of it, which I learnt a lot from Brock in the sense of how to switch on, switch off, go out, do and sign autographs to the public, and then come back, put a helmet on, and hopefully go and qualify the car.
What's some of the things that you hold dear from Brocky that you now still pass on to the younger guys? Because you're right, you guys, and we've always said it, supercar drivers and the 500s have always been the best at promoting their sport. Now, you've learnt that from one of the best in the game, but what do you pass on from him?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that the bend is like, you talk about the track. It's fantastic, and the family, Sheehan family, have done a fantastic job in the sense of creating something like it's an event or a destination that we all love to come and be part of, and that's something that I'm really looking forward to. But I suppose the things that I pass on to all the drivers I've had before is to enjoy the sport. Obviously, you don't know how long or how short you're going to be involved in motor racing, but to enjoy it, embrace it, and really just to understand everything that goes on around it. And really, for me, like the biggest thing that I really took out of my time with Peter was the more the off-track stuff. So when you have a bad day, it's not a bad day. You're still racing a race car. You're still getting paid to do something that you really enjoy. So for me, it was always those positive spins on it. Yeah, again, if you have a bad day, it was, for him, he used to say it was character building because you learnt from it, you understood it, you diagnosed it, and you moved on and made changes. So, again, for the young kids, it's all about just embracing it and see where the journey takes you.
This Master and Apprentice thing, if we get back to that, the AirTouch 500, how do you or these rookies get talent ID'd for this program?
Well, it's really something that we look at throughout, all year, and to give the a young kid an opportunity is all about how they present, how they drive, their maturity, and also how they drive on a racetrack as well as off it, and how they present themselves. And they're all been slightly different in a lot of ways. And for me, Bailey has done a lot of racing in a lot of countries and a lot of different cars lately. So he's obviously race fit. Again, it's just getting his name out there and really just giving that opportunity. I think that he's got great ability, like I did with Cooper Murray, Zach Bates, as you mentioned. Brock Feeney was the first of them that come along, and he actually drove with Russell Ingall, and look where Brock is now. It's one of those things you look at, and you look at go-karts, like you look at the grassroots, and it's no different to AFL and other sports. Yeah. You look where that next generation's coming from.
Yeah. I always thought you had to have money to get to the top in this game. So this proves that wrong, doesn't it, Craig?
Well, it does, and I think that Supercheap Auto have done a fantastic job in the sense of embracing it, backing it, and you know, sometimes you have a sponsor come in and it might be a hit and miss, it might be a 1 or 2 year program, but this has been going. This is my 5th year and 6 in total, so it's something that they are really enjoying. It's got credibility behind it now because of those, you know, the Brock Feeneys, the Zach Bates, Cooper Murray, Declan Fraser, the guys that before us that have gone on and now gone into the main game. So it definitely is something that it gives the young guy an opportunity. And for Bailey, it's his turn this year.
Yeah. And we've got Ipswich and then we go into the Enduros. The real season's starting, Lounsey. You know that. The Enduros. Come on.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, definitely Bailey gets an opportunity at Queensland Raceway in a couple of weeks' time for his solo drive. But I'm really looking forward to getting to the Bend. And as I said, look, it's a great destination. It's a great track. You know, all drivers love it. It's one of those ones that's love to win. I've always loved the enduro racing because it's a team event. And that's really something that's important for me. And, you know, hopefully then we move on to Bathurst and hopefully have another crack at it.
Well, you first ran at Bathurst, I think, way back in 94. How many of these you reckon you got left in you?
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things that it's getting look, because you obviously don't race full time. Just getting in and out of the car, I enjoy it because again, it's supporting a young guy. But look, every year you got to be realistic that it does become harder. The competition becomes tougher. But again, like when I go to Bathurst and you talk about that legacy of what Brock, I still think and drive to all those points and brake markers and lines and everything that he sat me down and talked me through. The track hasn't changed; cars have, and I still look for all those marks and things on the edge of the track. You know, we talk about the great going over McPhillamy, over Skyline, and running the car down to Forest Elbow. So they're all the things that I suppose I dive back into my expertise and experience, especially a place like that.
How old are you now, Lounsey?
52.
I thought you turned 50, mate. You know, come on.
Well done.
You know,
outstanding.
I reckon you need to start pulling that handbrake on, buddy.
Well, look, it's something, as I said, it's just great to be able to mix and rub shoulders with these guys. And, you know, it's just a dream come true that we're still involved in it.
They would love it too.
Team 18, well done.
You were a stalwart at 888. You moved over to Team 18. How's that been?
Yeah, look, again, different teams, different philosophies, different mentalities. I guess, you know, again, I bring it back to the footy, you know, footy teams and the way that different teams have different, you know, ways of thinking, the way they process, the way they do their things, the way they analyse. You know, and I've learned a lot from 888, and there's no doubt about that. I had 2 decades with that team, great success, and the team has, you know, continued on. But, you know, you go to another team, again, slightly different in the way that they look at things, the way they analyse. And hopefully we can bring a little bit of what I learned from 888 into Team 18. Charlie, a lot of familiar faces within this team, and I'm really excited about a new change. It's like a holiday in some regards. I get to start again and work with a different team.
Good on you. Who's your footy team again?
We're holding everyone up. We're Essendon.
Oh, God.
Ow.
Oh,
that hurts.
Oh,
might need you, Lounsey.
Do you want James back, Hurdy?
Oh, look, I think that, look, yes, I reckon he's got, and like myself with motor racing, you've got a lot to give. And I think that Hurdy still has some to give. And, you know, look, you know, obviously the past is a past, but, yeah, I think he's got a lot to contribute, whether it's the head of the helm or whether he's there on another basically position. But I think he's got a lot to give.
Yeah, well done. Hey, have a ripper. Thanks for your time as always, Craig.
No worries. Thanks, guys.
That is the AirTouch 500. It's the Masters and the Apprentices. And it's the next-gen test at the Bend ahead of the Enduro Cup. It's the Shell V-Power Motorsport ahead of the AirTouch. That's coming up on the 11th to the 13th of September.
Fantastic work. Good story, isn't it? 20 minutes after 6.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G. 5AA football's Beyond the Siren.
Archie from outside 50. No way! That's why you're bringing a champion. Big time goal for the Adelaide Crows. She stands up when they needed him most.
Watching footy with a house full of mates is always better with hot and cold platters from Chanellas.
It's time to complete your census. We need to hear from everyone to help plan for Australia's future. If you know where you'll be on census night, Tuesday the 11th of August, you can complete the form for your household as soon as you get your instructions. Complete the census for your household online, by paper, or with help from census staff. Whoever you are, we need to hear from you. Every answer matters. For more on how to complete, visit census.abs.gov.au. Authorised by the Australian Bureau of Statistics, Canberra.
Outdoor living is part of the Australian way of life. A quiet coffee in the morning or a backyard barbecue with friends on the weekend. Alpha Industries helps create those spaces to relax and entertain with fully welded verandas, carports, sheds and studios designed to suit your home. The stock take sale is on now, so take a look at our modern curved styles to classic heritage gables using genuine Australian blue scope steel. Take advantage of our stock take sale on now. Ask for a quote today at alphaindustries.com.au.
Automasters is proud to announce the opening of our 100th branch, and we're celebrating with a $100,000 giveaway. Service your car at Automasters before September 30 and you're automatically in the draw. 100 winners, $1,000 each. Automasters $100,000 giveaway. Book online or call 1300 Automasters. See website for terms and conditions. SA licence T261278.
You can feel the difference.
Okay, Mawson Lakes Volkswagen has a problem. They've ordered a few too many new Tiguans and Tayrons. Great planning? Debatable. Great news for you? Absolutely. Because when you purchase any current stock Tiguan or Tayron, you'll receive a 3-year car care plan, 3.99% finance, plus $500 worth of accessories. That's a lot of extra value. All because someone got a little enthusiastic with the order form. Finance to approved applicants. T's and C's apply. Mawson Lakes Volkswagen, just a short drive from the city.
Depression is one of the most common mental health conditions in Australia, and you can help make a difference. By joining a clinical trial, you could bring hope to millions of people. CMAX is seeking healthy volunteers aged 18 to 65 to take part in a medical research study for a potential new depression treatment. If eligible, you'll spend 10 nights at CMAX, attend one follow-up visit, and get paid for your time. Interested? Apply today at cmax.com.au.
To kickstart 2027, the legendary Jimmy Barnes is headlining the mighty Sounds by the River. Along with an all-star lineup of his great mates, John Stevens, Birds of Tokyo, Eskimo Joe, Baby Animals, and more. Manham Golf Club, Saturday, January 9. It's going to be huge. Get your tickets now from soundsbytheriver.com.au.
35 years of down-to-earth family service, backed by modern premises, means you can rely on Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
It's 24 minutes after 6. Very soon you'll hear Where Are They Now with Matthew Liptak. Back to your calls for a $50 Colac restaurant voucher.
Oh, we got Cav on the line from Agostino's. Oh, geez, we're very familiar with that.
Hello, Cav.
Hello, boys. How are you?
Good, Cav. Good. What's going on, mate?
Good.
Who would have viewed that?
I jumped in the car tonight. I heard you talking about Everton Western, and
That's right, sports dog.
I just wanted, and I want to tell you a story about when I was a young fella, how I met the great man.
Yeah,
it was my birthday. I think I was 10 or 11. The old man had rung the shop and arranged for Russell to pick me out a footy. So I rock up at this shop, and from my memory, and it's over 40 years ago, you walked in the front door and there was just a big walkway, and at the end of the walkway was Russell, and I'm walking down there, and he walks up to me and he goes, "Oh, you must be young Paul." And like, of course, man, I felt fantastic. And he goes, "Oh, here to pick out a footy." And I reckon he spent an hour with me, and we picked out a Sharon, and then he signed it, and for years I used to, get the old Vaseline on it to protect the autograph. But he kicked the footy with me in the shop, and then I was like later on, and a bit of a relationship with you guys in AA. I was lucky enough to meet him a handful of times, and what a great man he was.
He was. You've got a Port Adelaide tat on your leg, haven't you, Cav?
Well, I had Russ on my duffel coat. So after he passed, I had exactly what I had on my duffel coat put on the calf. So,
oh wow,
you did
unreal, Kev.
Hey, when are the new Agostino Pajeros coming out?
December. So we'll have to get you boys down and get you to take one for a drive or something.
Done, Kev. We'll fang it around the
Didn't
bloody
know it was a live read.
Good on you, Kev. Agostino's, mate.
I was joking.
Well done, Kev. Hello, Ben.
Boys.
Hey, Ben.
I reckon, I can't say it's you guys as much as I love you both. I run into Stephen through dealership land and at the footy when I'm doing security and always say hello to you, Timmy. But
good on you, Benny.
He was on the radio tonight, though, and Rowey, I've showed you photos of my man cave, and it is just absolute lousy all the way through there.
Yes.
Mate, it's the boys at work joke that if he ever saw it, he'd put a restraining order out.
Good on you, Benny. I know Benny will. Hello, Tom.
Very good.
G'day, guys. How are we?
Good, Tom.
Good. I was just giving you a call about Adelaide's run home. Obviously, I was looking at it. They've got a different sort of run home, obviously, with Fremantle this week. That's going to be a tough game, but then got the Giants the week after. Do you think the way they win this one is wearing red shorts? Because they always seem to lose when they wear any other colour.
Oh, Tom.
Oh, when's the last time we heard that?
But didn't that gag go out with button-up boots? Because I'm actually onto it now. Now, it was funny when I didn't know what they were talking about. So all last year or the year before, there was one particular year, they lost because they were wearing white shorts. I didn't know, but it's apparently some...
Yeah, no, it became a trend and it was a bit of an online gag. So,
good
on you, Tom, for trying to rip it back out.
Not even funny. I mean... Be funny like Timmy and I. Tell me a forehead joke or something.
You mean funny looking.
Or be funny looking. I mean,
hey, I'll tell you what was funny. Adam from Kensington Gardens, he had a call early in the night when we were talking about meeting your sports stars, and we had a lot of Sir Garfield Sobers, and we had a lot of awesome. Bradmans and Eberts and whatnot, but Adam met you two. And it was just the stories that came with it that has earned him the $50 Colac Port Adelaide voucher tonight. So well done, Adam.
I want to
come on down to my side of the woods, Adam.
I want to question the validity of his laying on the rub-down bench.
He was there, mate. And as a young man, you're very, very influential. Impressionable, but you're influential when you're on that bench. And when he said you were incredibly... specific and detailed. I thought,
hello.
You do that.
Yeah.
Do I?
Well, you do when you're talking about people's foreheads and the like. You just get into so much detail that I think it's unnecessary.
Okay. Can I make a public apology to my wife?
Don't you start crawling now.
I've actually received a text.
Oh,
might have been from one of her daughters.
Yeah.
Her daughters. That's good. All right. Time to get to a break. Matthew Liptak next.
God.